item for all Salone people and then party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salone discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon. Now www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now?
Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, sexual abuse, or pedophilia, is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence. Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible act.
And you mothers, build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now,
women are trafficking female children for money.
Women are forced to be silenced.
All this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children. It is barbaric, unacceptable.
Let all real men stand with us.
Together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
Mina Yvonne Akisoya, and 11th May 2021 make me 3 years where I don't day in office. I say let I come and tell Fritonians them una boku tenki for where una elect me and wanna give me this mandate for serve una. But I not just want to tell una thank you for when I elect me, I want to tell una thank you for what una don't work with me and work with the councillors, work with the staff of Free City Council, work with so many stakeholders, including the central government, the international partners, the local partners. I want to tell una, the Fritonians, and thank you, but I want to tell all the other groups and the boku tenki. Together, we embark on a journey for Transform Freetown, and in nobody not been say it go easy. We published the plan in January 2019, and then in January 2020, we published our first year report, and then in January 2021, we don't publish with 2-year report. Inside the reports and day, you go able for read in much more detail, waiting we don't achieve. But family them, I still I just share today some of the things that really make me heart gladdy pan this walk here. One thing I really gladdy about, now the wastewater treatment plant where we don't build na King Tom. This is not the first time ever in the history of Salone for let we get the thing we come on the toilet. Instead of it just gonna grow na King Tom, it actually they go into a plant where they get for separate the solid from the liquid and get for treat them and waiting get for come out can go towards manure. It can now be safely the liquid can now safely be disposed into the waterways. Another practical thing we are so glad for, now this urban farming project, we bring over 300, in fact we start with 300, now we add another 200 women them. We now at them backyard them and in community level, particularly in deprived communities.
And you can create this, where you give, the okra they come up, they will plant them.
The women they do farming projects where go benefit them picking them, for get more nutritious food, but it go also help them for get small thing at the hand as they sell them in the market. And then that nursery school. Famble then go no say we been not open the one at Congo Water Market for make vulnerable women them and their young picking it under the age of 5 get free quality preschool care. And now we dip and build the second one. We do refurbishment upstairs in the Croton Road Market, and that facility will be open and available to women and men traders inside Croton Road Market. Tricycles. Well, then tricycle and they not only then they help for keep we city clean, they also they create employment. We don't create so far over 1,200 jobs with young people then where they go and collect dirty na the streets. And now we get 90 more where they come on stream. So I'm so happy because it increased the capacity for collect dirty. At the same time, it increased the number of people them, young people that we get work. Let not talk and not talk about the transfer station when a day the dirty then they go. So we don't get 4 additional ones, including the one at Lumley, the one at Approved School, the one at Shell, and the one at Allentown. Bele Uman them. Then they all over the community. That journey for going to PCMH, it can challenge Boko of them. So we work for upgrade 5 of we PHUs them for make them be monk, side with side Bele Uman, they able for born. Freetown people them, Boku people that know say dog na challenge na this city. And so we don't start a program for sterilize, vaccinate the dogs them so that we go get control over dogs and we the ambog motaman, but we the ambog themselves. We go make we city healthier and it go reduce the risk for let people then get us sick with and call rabies. I don't share small about wait we don't do and over these 3 years, but I just touch the Tinem Boku. I go say anybody want for no more. Also go now with Facebook page. We get Freetown City Council Facebook page. We also get Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. You go able for follow we. Let we continue for work together with all we stakeholders for let collectively we transform Freetown. Una, thank you and God bless you.
Na Yvonne, Na Yvonne, talk and go, talk and go.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
When I was a kid growing up in Sierra Leone, my neighbor had a small TV. The television was beaming these images about famine, war, about diseases.
There was a silent majority suffering.
I am fed up with that kind of news. We can use culture and art to change mind and hearts and inspire action.
I was here as a student, and of course, Charlie was my teacher.
I've asked him to join me on the journey to create a major new play to offer hope to our people.
We want to uplift our nation, leave legacy for our children.
We are talking about national pride.
This is big, man. This has great magnitude. Sometimes I feel afraid. I feel terrified when I think of the project.
Tito! What's here the Tito?
We are nowhere near waiting one for day.
I want this. I want it. I want it.
I want this thing for succeed, Koji.
This place fail and die.
Is this a curse or what?
It's people like you that make Sierra Leone the way it is.
Don't give me blow, but you are this way, you don't give me blow.
Oh man, just they lie, blame. These are the things that have wrecked this country.
We need to move this nation forward. We're going to lead to better future.
I can call him the second to last project. He died at the last. Guest assured my brother.
Hello, Fambulem Ona. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on whose part of the world where you find yourself. Welcome to Sierra Gem Media. Usai, we say African stories told by Africans. Welcome. Today na Tuesday, end of the month. We can begin a new month and close the year by God's power. So we go say, tell God thank you for well body, for the opportunity amidst all the challenges and things that really happen at the dunya that we able to foresee end of November, and hopefully we'll be able to foresee the end of the year and start 2022, and pray to God that the new year go make we all smile again as a people. me una host Najuma Ba, and on behalf of the Sierra Gem Media team, I would like to welcome all we newcomers here, the people already just joined me for the first time. We welcome una both on Facebook, YouTube, and we WhatsApp platforms. And for we regular people, them, the Durade and we avid supporters, we want to continue for say thank you to una all for make this platform within it be, and we hope say together we will continue for build this platform, and we will continue for discuss everything inside the Republic and around the dunya. And please, as we technical man can always remind we, please, we are not tired for share, with everybody else. So there's a we'll get first-hand information, and then we'll get, possible somebody else for tell them. But again, like Femi can say, the more we expand the viewership, the more people go read the message, and the more hopefully we go contribute to the change we want to see for Sierra Leone, because it starts with conversation. And how we TRC report say, through art for talk, but not him no more they bring peace. And on that note, I welcome my co-host and we creative director, Mr. T-Boy Duba, Sylvester T-Boy Duba. Welcome. Yeah, I emphasize your name today, Duba. So if you know for say, na Tobulo, welcome.
Welcome viewers, welcome to another edition of Sierra Gem Media Live on Facebook and YouTube. Well, I can always say anytime Juma, they emphasize on my name. It means a lot. But Juma, they tell you tense, now for relax your shoulder. Now, what you got today?
Breathe. Thank you. I'll relax. Now,
relax, because you don't need for tense. This is not like a everyday bread and butter business for you now. So, not enough for make it tense. But see, they will get a lot we can talk about. But anyway, Juma, like I leave the honors to you for making you talk the first few things, then we have it is one for say sorry for, or
yeah, I can do that, and then
no problem. Well, I'll leave it up to you.
Yes,
and then I'll back you up on that as well.
Yes, we are, as soon as I know what you can say, we say man propose, God dispose. We always can get, we plan them, we want to do things, but you see, that is the unique thing about the platform. Nothing set on stone now, so. And, we can be very creative for make sure, say, how they can say, in the theater world, the show must go on, regardless. So we want to apologize to Ona because we been get, somebody way for be we guest today, I apologize, we guest, Henrietta Bawa, we, my voice, whatever you may say, instead of being getting platform, it add a voice to issues them, and people sabiam for a specific a project or thing we're passionate about in Salone Lives Matter, and a lot of other women program, issues that we don't talk about. So we consider her a social activist, and sometimes we can agree with them, sometimes we will not agree with them, but the bottom line is they talk about issues them where they affect we all. So she was supposed to be our guest for today's program. Unfortunately, and tune I know the Republic, things can happen where they beyond we all control. So it's still they try, possibly go join we, or if you not join we go carry on with the program on his behalf. So we want to apologize. But the topic, Salone Lives Matter, there's a lot to discuss about it. There are so many issues there where we for talk about, and definitely we can talk about some of their issues then there. So over to you, T-Boy.
Well, like Juma say, we apologize once more coming from me directly, and also to honor the viewers, then we look forward to the Henrietta Bawa exclusive. But anyway, it might happen possibly today as we continue the program. It might not happen today, but it will happen anytime soon when we get her back on board. But like you say, Salone gets a lot of stuff to talk about. So basically, the show must go on. And as Sierra Gem Media, there is nothing stopping us, especially if we don't put something out there, we'll say there's going to be a program for tonight. We nearly ever disappoint tonight. If we disappoint now, they're going to at least one day notice But a shortfall notice for liquid elephant to the 11th hour and pull out the plug, it's practically impossible. Except God the own wish show, but otherwise, money in which no they make that happen at all. So yes, we apologize once more, and we believe definitely we still go now a lot of information regarding entertainment for tonight's show, and we're not go able for go short without getting you guys also involved. So keep sending your Facebook messages and YouTube messages, and don't forget to see Femi Safe Deal. So now for the WhatsApp and anything they want to get for send the chat group, because now they forget all the information already behind the scene. They come once in a while with the message then. So yes, I look up to today's show, and especially with the topic where we say Salone Lives Matter. Yes, now and it's about buying flagship, but I feel that flagship day is for every Sierra Leonean. It's a mantra I feel to see world for take alongside, because if we life no matter, then who else's life matters? So over to you, Juma.
All right, thank you so much, T-Boy. And yeah, we see Ella say tense. Ella, you know, na angry na in the catch me, the gun dry and I make a tense. So T-Boy not pay me salary this week. You know, gonna by week they pay me, you know, pay even way for me big for me, not pay me. So now that make a sense. So the mommy money for come out, but the mommy money not come out, it's T-Boy not agree. So but anyway, when I big T-Boy let pay the salary, then I no go tense. Again, like we say, Salone Lives Matter. Like T-Boy say, a lot of things then they for discuss. And we want for let una sebe add anything where una feel say pertinent, where sometimes we're not aware of, you know, because things that they move so much in real time, sometimes it's difficult for shifter everything where they happen. So if you have any specific topic there or issue where una feel say related to this conversation, please una bring them up, we'll touch on them as well. I see me, Darlene, me and I'm married for 35 years. Marie MC, welcome, darling. I love you. T-Boy the jealous. Not listen more.
Just don't make a palaver. We say hello, my darling Juma. What you listen to her?
We've been married for 35 years. So what
35 years now you married them for? Me don't married them before birth.
No. Well, I been go put collar for him. Nobody not talk anything. Say this woman they don't call long do for him. No.
Alright, no, I agree. But MC go tell you anyway. Look,
I think we need for go married for you now Australia. So could they find way for T-Boy, but now Australia will find the wave.
Well, definitely no. I don't want me at the world again.
Why?
It because I never go Australia and
yeah. So T-Boy, you need for the give shout out to team members. But they see some delay now. They see some the way they just come back. You know, they can't peep no more. Then go now where they can't peep and go Sabiuna. You know, Alice Bendu Amara, we love you. Make sure say we can go they stay. You know, we love you. You know.
Me, I don't love MC. You don't love me at all. Take come back.
If you don't love MC, last
for now. I don't love MC anymore. Take our MC and I want Kunkari with you. Not to Kunku no more. I did back with Uda. Ella, they give this close. No worry. Tell me the most up a poster.
Kadi, Lovetta.
Kadi. Juma, you see something in there. We don't only have this discussion online, you know. It happens again offline. The offline discussion then can be very interesting.
Exactly.
Well, over to you.
Anyway,
come on, chat man, not to you for the day. Not the Congo Sayana.
People they can't ship and go Australia. You know the one that they can go Australia, eh?
Who's one there?
The one that they can go Australia from England. They ship you from England go Australia, no for saying a bad boy.
Well, obviously, if you intend for chemical Australia, that's how you they intend for like a be the kind possible be. But I'm not agree. So now make us say if I go Australia that NR, you know, tell the one with the ship then they come back to London.
I said I said you go side Tasmania, outside and they get. Yeah. All right, I said thank you. Fatuba, we love you too. No, we can't go T-Boy Kabbalah. T-Boy get Osna Kabbalah, he get land they all. He get land day. Me na worry na again at Kabbalah. Me get worry at Kabbalah.
Juma, somebody they working always amazed with those years, you know. Those years. He said, "Tibo, any South reach now the provinces as we reach your ultimate already." I've got a call. Let me just go quickly on this call because it's one of the calls that are
okay. Yeah, Tibo correct. And you know the interesting thing. I know, say Femi know that we get one of we staff them, one of we staff na Salone. We can say if we go any side na the country, they're not calling him somebody not sabi and they with afraid. He's more popular than the president of Sierra Leone. That will tell you. Like calling him Femi Musa Jallo. Musa Jallo is one of our staff for Sierra Leone. You know, he's a SGM Pekin, a Femi boy Pekin, a Tibo boy Pekin. Any Southside Musa go na Salone. If we go any side na Salone, they not call Musa a name day. We afraid for tap day. But if they call Musa a name day, we they eat because no for so safe. Tibo na lie.
You know like Mommy, me on circle of what you say about Musa is 110% correct. Because you say Musa na one person way no sign no day way if they go we will not go see. If you can't so no nobody will sabi Musa, look be careful.
Yeah.
Because this either will not safe.
Yeah.
For no side for waka or something else.
Yeah.
But the most amazing thing, now the fact say when we can take over Musa in your own title, now any side where they reach before you reach it, everything already. One matter on day.
I know.
Dinner already.
Yeah.
Juma now outside get for go as all thing on day and do but 2
o'clock morning. Like you wanna say, Ibo now not the first one that they can so how comes to that, you know, we get encouraged before. But again, you know why make it important, T-Boy? People might think so just a talk. We're important for relate them to this program where they do Sierra Leone Lives Matter. Means say we all now one people. They say if you do good, good go follow you. You wait to go away hashish they follow you. Not so? So just do good, be yourself. You might never know whose side that good they go benefit you tomorrow. Me daddy can say if you get somebody, may his soul rest in peace. If you get somebody, when are you good person or family member, if you they kick them go before. Because you may need that person's help or assistance. And it go only useful to you if you meet them along the journey. But if you kick the person go behind, then you need them in order to for help you. So this is why it's important for be good. Whether on social media, we they take for granted this blue app. But this blue app is powerful because the reason they mention the blue app and WhatsApp don't become a common place for we for meet. We've made so many friends. We've made family. Now the blue app and WhatsApp to people that will not one day sabi, but we'll get good conversation. They don't help we don't help them. And people that don't do life-changing things to we through, you know, the connection we'll build now Facebook or WhatsApp or other social media platform. Let alone now. That person on the brackets, na junction, that person on the way now you neighbor, not take care anybody. You know waiting tomorrow go bring. So that is why it's important. We will say Salone Lives Matter. It just not get for do with the bad things the way they happen. We get for be proactive. We get for be each other's keeper so that tomorrow, you know, we go able for build the country where we want. Be nice. If you not get nothing for nobody, pause at somebody, just smile to them. Tell her I do or acknowledge her. And sometimes I see somebody say something on Facebook. Was it yesterday? I just bumped into a post. I wanted to screenshot it, but you know, I've been, you know, truly busy and not be able. The person say, please reach out to somebody, or sometimes just give somebody that attention. Listen to them. You never know what in that person they go through. The wall, a lot is happening, and we need each other. So on that note, we get good news for Una. We tell Una say, we know they disappoint now this platform. We guests is here with us. The Henrietta Bawa of Salone Lives Matter. She's here, ready, and I can't tell Una I do just now. But I'm going to wait let T-Boy introduce him to Una. good one, and we'll go welcome her to the platform.
It's good, Sam. But anyway, I will still do the introduction. Well, like I always say, the show continues, and the show they continue now with the person in Sef. We get the name. Eta Bawa. Well, today na the Kono company. Kunku are there with you. Kunku say Kunku and Tamba then get so much relationship, and it is so true because the Kunku and the Tam na the second bond them, and na the second bond them with them so love. Now I mean they call them Kunku and Tam. So basically now we na the pets, na the Kono clan. But Kunku, I wait for you for small. Like I introduce another Kono sister, we I don't know for quite some time. I go say maybe about 20 years down the line or even more. It don't create a lot of impact within the entertainment industry. She's a show host. She's a show host. She's also an activist. She's an actress. How many awards we don't win? But you can't do that anyway. No left down there for that. But also now somebody who is very active within the social media platforms, and it don't show so much concern about what Salone means and what Salone stands for. Already, they've already started asking questions. Oh, Tiwa, not put Etari, not come, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing, no. Because I know for say, if you let me down, you don't let Salone Lives Matter down. But today, I will introduce to you for the first time on the Sierra Leone media platform, none other than Eta Bawa, commonly known as Eta Bawa, Salone Lives Matter. Welcome to the show.
Yay! Standing ovation. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, T-Boy. And to everyone out there, whether you're watching on Facebook, whichever platform, where you watch me now, your car, you watch me now, your mobile phone, your home, wherever you're watching us this evening. First and foremost, I want to apologize for coming on the show. Apparently, the reason we happened way beyond my mention and all that, and I'm very, very sorry. And I hope we will get an amazing night this evening. Thank you very much for having me, T-Boy, on the show, and thank you to your team for having me on this platform.
Thank you so much, and Eta Bawa. We're happy that you're here amidst all the challenges, but you're able to make them. We appreciate you, and the people appreciate you, because right now I just love no more with this seed and just the same love. So before we go to you, T-Boy mentioned something, but I want to know whether it's a good or negative, okay? Because you say one corner at the platform and they get two corner na so. They will say corner comping. Corner comping now good connotation that on a bad one, because this corner comping business here so una tell me about una them corner them.
Well, let Eta tell you that woman, so you be able to explain a bit more.
This na corner comping with the pan. Tell me about Eta.
Of course, anything where na corner company, you know say na good thing. Because now the whole country, corner are the only people that they can say corner people in football. We're not. Now we only they call people that say can't dig me tongue, can't dig me house, and spend money and go. You understand? That's how much accommodative corner people are and all that. So corner this thing where you say it's a good thing. Corner company is a good thing.
Okay, well, I'm glad you for hearing that. So if na cannot company, no, not afraid. So we afraid Etadea, Tambadea, so and Kunkudio Banda. So we're good. Thank you and welcome again. So let me start before we talk about you on this platform. We know say a lot of people sabi you out there, but you get a lot of people with something don't hear you name, they're not sabi you. Okay, because just meet Celia. Just tell me say he met you 2 weeks ago. You know, Celia. You know, she's one of our influencers in the UK where it comes to the Sierra diaspora community, where they do so much back home in agriculture, trying to empower women. So So tell me first, but let we sabi who that nine etabawa for we will not sabi. We will not one day sabi. We will not one day we the cracky jokes, we defend people and blabber, we the help other people and tell me about.
Honest to God, okay, so this is one difficult question where people can actually say Udana Eta. Remember say, okay, Udana Eta. This I don't know Udana Eta, but the only thing I know that this down to a person, an actress, I was doing an actress, TV and radio personality, gender activist, the chairperson for Salone Lives Matter, a producer and director, the pageant producer for Miss Mano River Union International Beauty Pageant Show, which comprises of Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, and it's all geared towards youth empowerment and women empowerment and all that.
All right, so we go to find out the other one. Usa able to tell if Tibo go feeling right.
Yeah, I do.
You know, again, the reason why we ask these questions, because we can say that we value we own, right? But sometimes then we can sell ourselves short. Okay, we can sell ourselves short. We know they make let people let know who that we be, whose kind assets we get, and we quick for jump into conclusion without knowing what people are made of. So now I make something then before we can look inside we country and look at the lives the way they do and see who that they matter and see how they go contribute. We they go na Ghana, Nigeria, other side for go begin take expert then bring them cap. We bongo foot they not sabi. But we country for because they get for can learn first, but we country. You sabi the dynamics and things. So it is always good if you have an opportunity, tell people who you are, what you're able to do, and what you are made of, and what you do achieve. But thank you so much for sharing that with us. And somebody don't pull your secret now, so say there's a catchphrase. You want to talk about that? Somebody the way they use one name we can do audio them. You want to talk about that? you know I relate that right now.
Okay, so this person where they use social media for do social commentary on a popular show called Yaboom, where they talk about issues but they use comedy to talk about issues and with the face of Sierra Leone under the Sierra Leone Lives Matter and how we for tackle Etana this person, the first Sierra Leonean, if not the first African, we do a TV series in China. It's now the Sierra Leonean, the first Sierra Leonean we in Film Reach Black Film Festival Jatu, where German government can Sierra Leone train we have for do movies just after the Ebola and all that. And so they give you a project for write with stories and how we perceive a story. So my story Jatu, were write and direct, then be able for CM, and at the end of the day, then take Berlin Film Festival just after the Ebola, Germany and all that. We over 15 people then go. I was so sick then 10 days, so I not be able to go even after securing the visa and all that. But Etana, that person, we a movie playing at Berlin Film Festival and gets recognition. The movie there you can Google them under Bread for It. The movie title Najatu. Etana, this person we a movie recently Peking for B Peking. Last year, we waiting. Okay, so last year we there's this company in Sierra Leone, this NGO in Sierra Leone taking movie all over the place. European Union took my movie all over the place. Then film festival Peking for Big Peking. My movie was viewed all around the country. The CEO, like I said, of Sierra Leone Lives Matter, but Sierra Leone Lives Matter. It's a non-governmental organization that advocates for good governance and women and girls empowerment. And it's a very down-to-earth go-getter. There's somebody we just passionate about Sierra Leone. We just believe, see, if all of us play our part, then Sierra Leone will become the paradise that we all yearn for and all. So we and you get to play with part, take responsibilities of the actions they play with part for change the dynamics and make Sierra Leone a better place. So basically, yeah.
All right, thank you so much. At least you don't give me more gist and don't tell me, your international achievements. Then we will congratulate you, being that the first time in the Canal platform, and we appreciate you, projecting Sierra Leone in your own little way and contributing. So let's talk about the Sierra Leone Lives Matter, because we be Black Lives Matter, big. So Sierra Leone Lives Matter, is it after Black Lives Matter? Or if it don't before Black Lives Matter?
No, okay. Apparently, T-Boy we Sidoyanda know me for the past, I think it's over 20 years, so I'm not mistaken and all that. I think, and when I had the concept, after you don't do so much in your career-wise, like putting Sierra Leone on the map during the movies and all that, I just wanted to give out something. You understand? I want to give back to Sierra Leone for making me, because I came from this humble background. And so today, if you talk about people where they make an impact in Sierra Leone, you will mention me name, now the grace of God and all that. And so many people sacrifice for making me who I am today. So I wanted to give back to the community. So when I had this initiative, I'm not even getting in for good. I think I had a discussion with even T-Boy and I say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to advocate, you understand? It started all by one time I did drive Tengbe Town, and I saw this Tengbe Town, where just the Komo Lodge, they camp by Tengbe Town. There's a place, street pump we did it. At one point in time, where you pass yonder, you see people then they queue for water so bad. You understand? The queue, they even block traffic in that place. And you see even motorcar, then they can't park, pull the 5 gallon there and get and all that. And so there was this day where the pass. You have this guy when at the then turning then at the power now community guy way in border now be the community something. And so this guy can the tap. He can people then team up the waiter. This guy they washing food, they waste the water. Why people then just team up and queue the wait? I'm talking about 10 years ago, over 10, 12 or 15 years ago. You understand? So that thing for me, and I stood now traffic and they watch, then they make blabber, and this guy was still doing his thing. And not they move and all. So I felt it in my heart saying, no, this is wickedness and all that. I put the glass down, so I begin to read the plan and all, because you brought an honorable thing, say this and that, you go marginalize you and all, try come on at the pump or get and all. Do you know that thing pushed me? I go drive and park the motor car, can't plumber, we're not to be plumber and all that day. And so I can't, for the fact say then say, now honorable in brother and MBF. So I felt that, okay, these people, they actually seize advantage by we, even though we're giving them power, they're not even make. So that was how the bat of Sierra Leone lives came. It not come say Black Lives Matter. I know they follow Black Lives Matter and all that, because whatever they happen at Black Lives Matter, although yes, indirectly it will affect me if anything happen in America or Europe or anywhere, you understand what I'm saying? But Sierra Leone Lives Matter come because of the things and way they happen at Sierra Leone. Government officials and way they mismanage government funds, people them way we put in a governance way, not a work for we and all that. Apparently anything way to go wrong, anything way not to go, like system that is not working, how do we try to bring them back and tell them, say, no, this system not a work, when I try for work for let we as the people we put on a day realize, say, yes, you guys are working. So that is how the birth of Sierra Leone Lives Matter came about. It's not about, say, Black Lives Matter. And I remember after I spoke to T-Boy, and I started doing short videos then for highlighting the problems thing. That is like dollar and internet, it was an issue. Where would they pay OCN with dollars? You understand? It was too much. That was an issue. So I took up that campaign, Fly With It and all that under the Sierra Leone Lives Matter. It was I had a partnership with AYB television. They just scam. They said just scam. So then the air and all that on AYB and Mr. The air on social media was all over the place. Like government vehicles and where after 5 you're not supposed to drive government vehicles, and the people that they drive, and 10 and you had people that use government vehicles and for their own personal thing that they see they bail wood them, charcoal them with government vehicles and all that. So I took up on that campaign and all that. It was successful. I remember then 10 and there was this incident where it happened before this last month's slide. That was the first month slide and all that. So before that, we had the campaign on that Sierra Leone Lives Matter. We'll do short advocacy, a skit then that was aired on AYV TV, aired on AYV TV. So that's, we talk about people there where they live in a disaster-prone areas there for Commot Day and all that. So it's just an awareness raising, like Sierra Leoneans. It's our time that we see what's in the happen in our country. It's our time that we all know, say collectively, we have a role to play for make Sierra Leone a better place. So that was how the Battle of Sierra Leone Lives Matter came about.
Wow, thank you so much. And I think there was another highlight point where...
And yes, Ola clear this. And the name, even the name Sierra Leone Lives Matter not come from me. I think I had something else, and I want to give kudos. Me, I always do that. I always praise people that we don't make. And T-Boy, I want to appreciate T-Boy. I remember the first time when I get the concept and all, Naimbi, they helped me shoot the videos. And like the first videos that ever for Sierra Leone Lives Matter was T-Boy that shot everything without paying him and all that. That was a guy then. Remember 15 years ago, we believe in the dream and just shot the short video there. And the name actually come out from Bolo Spencer Coker, Dana Nikki Spencer Coker, my husband. Dana like a godfather like, to me. This now one of the people that will help me career up to now, where they nurture me all these years and still continue for the. And Dana one person where I didn't get anything, I could reach out to her and say, this is what I want to do. Let me brainstorm, give me your advice and all that. So actually he came up with the name and all that. And he said, try this name and see. With all the names that we don't get, nothing say go okay, not catch it, no. But try this one, because what you want to do, not just the name this way go capture everything where you want. So the name actually came from him. And
thank you so much. And you see, again, it just mirror with what you talk earlier, T-Boy, say, you know, just do good, do the best, give out, pay it forward as much as possible. It will benefit you, it will benefit another person, and it will make the world a better place. That's important, and you always find again for see people we're grateful and where they acknowledge other people that will contribute to them process. But we'll send you an invoice. Here, Media will send you an invoice. And imagine from 15 years ago, plus interest as well. So we'll send you an invoice. Don't worry. It's just a joke. Family we they watch now just a joke. We're ready for help. Anybody we want for push Salone go before. But for me, when I think about Henrietta Bauer, there's one picture where I get Henrietta Bauer. And I know the first major rape event when I organized the march. About I don't know if somebody didn't kill or something like that.
Yeah, Khadija.
Right. Not to the Khadija.
Oh no. Yeah.
The beach one.
Somewhere. The beach. Nalomli Beach.
The beach. So what's her name?
Yeah, when you say, as you mentioned Henrietta Bauer, for me now that picture there they get. And because he was bold at the time for Lona come out and mobilize, so much people and for beginning raise awareness. I wish other people they don't join the movement at that time and try for push a lot for not able for salvage or don't stop when not for happen. I want to tell you about that process.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm getting emotional.
And I'm sorry.
Anytime
you talk about it, that's what we'll understand.
I know. A memory lane and all that. I can imagine entering in the age. Imagine this young girl and all that will be just thirsty for get results, for get things fixed. At that time, I don't think we really know what we did do. It was just us trying to raise. I don't think so we be really au fait with the issues of rape, the issue of gender-based violence and all that. We be just one try for get with voice out there, say there are things that are happening in Sierra Leone where it's wrong. You understand? Like under the Sierra Leone Lives Matter, we be just one champion of cause. You understand? Say una come on board. I remember then telling the how many people that will be able to mobilize, but it was cut across old, young, and different people from different sectors. And of course, T-Boy was there as well. We understand. We mobilized a whole lot of people then for come out at that time. That time, why we did that now, because not to be the first time then be rape and kill person. You understand? Right. It wasn't the first time they rape and kill person at beach. Wasn't the first time we were able to rape and kill and all. And if it happen, nothing not they come out of her. You understand? Nothing not they come out of her. And then 10 and day, I remember that the 10 and day back, when they run out of Okada Monday, when they beat them, police and they beat them to the point that they kill one Okada man na beach as a result of run out way police and they run out push. If you left for one day, go for the and die. So now that trigger say no, somebody out there where they in the aim of power, where the policy maker need for we voice and say we're tired of issues like this and all that. We Sierra Leoneans, if we can't feel safe in the country anymore, if things like this is happening in Sierra Leone and nobody is saying anything, it means we're doomed. It means there's no future for us. Neither we begin and all that. You understand? So now that the trigger. That's in this, okay, this is something where we can able pioneer and all that on that Sierra Leone Lives Matter, and let we partner with other organizations because it wasn't just me. Sarah Jem was there as well. You understand? Other organizations they came aboard, and honestly, that was the first time with all the advocacy that now they happen, but center around women and girls and all. And that time we did it not because we want to be recognized, not because we wanted to be paid. You understand? Not because we want for put food in our table like most of them advocacy organization groups and they do now. You understand? Those days we do advocacy that because we want policy makers and for with voice and make a change, we go reflect to their actions they are for make we stop. How I wish then 10 in the way we begin they raise their awareness and they then be listen to we and then we make policies and we then go push to law, bills and we then be go become law, wait for me make them then pass into law. By now we're not for day right now in the 21st century at this time with the effect of women and girls empowerment, gender-based violence, and if then 10 and day, if them be don't hear we voice, policy makers then be listen to we. Now be different thing we forbid to talk about. But at the end of the day, thank God people will still make reference, say, okay, these were the people that started it. These were the people that raised awareness about these issues and all that. And thank God, say now a whole lot of people then back don't come on board. And because one voice is not make, I mean, when plenty voice and come on board and they're serious about the cause, then we'll be able to achieve good. So far, and I don't be triggered away and all that.
Thank you so much, and me still get that picture there because it was historic, and I think we needed a lot of that for happen. It's always good to see not a politician and pioneer, but you get grassroots people pioneer and force politicians then for be part of the process. Come hold on, all my way black, march and show solidarity.
And this guy, T-Boy was always at the background. That's not waiting people they know that. They turn and they were hungry, desperate. He was always at the background giving me a push. go there behind the camera and all that, but all the things that will go happen, we go don't plan now, we go don't read down in office, we don't arrange a plan. You know, when we come for being on the forefront, they won't go behind. They behind the camera.
Tibo and I invisible. You know, go see say media people bokuna picture. You go see picture where they take, video where they make, but you know see them bokuna picture because we busy the book. But thank God. So I'm not gonna allow Tibo for come yet for ask questions and waiting. I do and deliberately. But okay. Henrietta Bawa or Etta Bawa. So why is it important for Sierra Leone Lives Matter, for movements like that, now a country where we get? Why? Because sometimes people go, now chap no more than chap, or they not get work for those, so they just don't go find something. But why do you think? Because you mentioned the thing will trigger you, you don't mention things the way you do. But we're talking to the public. We want to let people understand why the necessity behind an organization or movement like that.
Okay, so there is this girl that I am helping. It don't 16 years old now. It's in the one meter, I'll be 14 years old. Like I just explained this story here. So if this story doesn't make sense, there's no point for let we get Sierra Leone Lives Matter. Now be 14 years old, I they come out a movie premiere na Eastern Kisi Road. Late na net at the cam around then 2 o'clock, me and me party them with the cam by this bypass, not by the bypass.
The hillside bypass.
No, where you come out Kisi Road, there's this tongue on your left before you reach Eastern Police.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I don't know for giving me when I apply come out. There's this Mountain Court. There's this entrance from Kisi, that Mountain Court. One side they will pump this. So we did drive there 2 o'clock. I saw this young girl. Not
2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock a.m. 2 o'clock morning. 2 o'clock morning. We did drive there. I see a whole lot of people then go get water. You understand where they drive? But not all the people and Baku people that see. Now this small picking was see, we get belly. You understand? Then they get water at that time of the night, that time of the morning. You understand? So while they reach the young boy, they see a boy then pack it and they smoke and all that. So this picking was see, he hold this water, he get belly, they struggle with the water for puller and all that. And they tell me, buddy, that picking just trigger me. Now tell me, buddy, then say, I said, I need to talk to this picking 2 a.m. I said, this is not small picking, no. Me, buddy, then they say, no, something not small body get no. I said, no, something just they tell me, say, this is not small picking and all that. I said, and it first looks small. I slow that I point lights for them, say, then they cost me, I still the point lights for see. Now I go before me, buddy, no, yeah, it make if you can't do this, then go make. And I say, well, I left one inside the motorcar. The motorcar they be left on they let me candle just in case anything when I go and call help. But me the candle, you understand? So I came down. I go while the candle so I say I don't pull close and all. I just have top where they me the thing where I don't pull all thing where they have vac and all candle. Don't pull with one cap, no candle. Go talk to the picking. I they try to talk to the picking or they talk to me. So I go to one of the boy that we did it. The boy that we did it. Now I go in and go to cap money. Now I go give them 50,000. You understand? So I sit down, they talk to the picking, the boy there. I still they watch the picking. Now I call one party boy and I say, who done this picking as well? No. And the boy say, it's a small picking on a 14 years old picking and all that. I say, why they can't get water at this time and all that? Where in mama, where in man this and that? Now the boy say, you don't get man no. Now pa this gets water, now you don't get belly. So now I go meet the picking. Try for big. The boy take me to the picking. Try for talk to the picking. The picking make. Now I ask the picking. I say, what thing happened with you? How old are you? And the picking say now 14 years old. 14 years old say, how comes you get belly at age 14? And you get water. It's 2 o'clock morning. I say, who that give belly? I say, no. How comes? How you don't know? I say, now wait, then they can't get water. Apparently, then they live up the hill. Now that part they up the hill. So then therefore they can't down for can get. The bobo the way they hang around for get one rubber for can go up now 1,000 years. In mama they sell na dove pot, in not get money. And every day they need like 15 to 20 butter now host for use. In mama not get that money, they that 20,000 years for the gift for water. You understand? I any small one day. Then I no more get for the can for can get. So where they can for can get late that next day. The boy they wait and they help and for care the water go up for with her. Now then boy then take advantage of her. They sleep with her because they not get money for give. So then they sleep with her. And that sleep where then they sleep with her different for help and for care go the water. So after I tell me the story, I make me party the wall candle. So we help and that day care go the water because I begin for go up the hill, talk to him, mama and all that. And pay money to the boy then where before get the water will go. I go and knock for the woman for open for talk to myself. Now bash me. But I be bash myself make it later on. We can't make it put me down, it talk to me. And then 10 and day that picking up if you get medical care and not be the go medical and all that. So I promise the woman say, let's see me like picking. They let allow me for be an elder sister to that picking. They allow me, please, do you allow be in that picking life? You might agree. So I went home. I came home. I not able to sleep. And first thing in the morning, I won't go there. Because I tell them, I say, I go help the picking and all that in business need. I took her to my stoves and all that for letting check, do everything and all. In the process when they check, you know, be ever don't go hospital and all. And they tell you, say, this is somebody where we don't get in belly, don't reach 5 months, you know, ever go hospital and all.
Wow.
And go check that picking and all that day and find out that she was HIV positive. And so that thing,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
yeah. So that thing, that picking, take off now responsibility, begin to talk to one or two friends, say, we take care of Auntie, you born luckily for we, in picking safe, in picking not get nothing, and we don't try back for put them back in the school, it is school back, to God be the glory and all that, it is school. And right now, it's so they advocate and all that, it's just sad, I can't put a picture out there all these years, this semester. So, that picking gets belly and get HIV as a result of bad governance. Because if not of bad governance, water for be day enough for make that picking not able for can get water lakes na net for end like I end. So that now one of the issues where trigger Sierra Leone Life Matter, where every one of we out there, where you did, if you're okay with every system that's Sierra Leone, you're okay of the fact, say, with medical system,
Wow. T-Boy, whilst we get Henrietta for come back and possibly get time for breathe a little and get some water. These are the real stories. These are the uncomfortable truth where they happen in our country, where we sit down, our position of comfort. We are quick to judge. All them pick them too free now because them free, make it don't go to belly so. You know, reach no science. There is a serious thing. You get for grab 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock morning for can't get water. So you see the risk where you expose people to because you fail for provide. the necessary, the basic needs for people. So Henrietta is back. Lord get time, then I'll get you for coming, T-Boy, once she gets our video on.
Yeah, so I try for come back. You know, we're not talking in the act of prayer.
Yeah.
So if I don't know, am I on?
Yeah, you are on. Yeah, yes.
Okay. So if you're okay with the system where they happen, you go on the street. I did because I'm working on my new movie. So 2 weeks ago, I did do visibility studies and all the inside and the way young girls and the commercial sex workers and they team up. You they see 13 years old picking 12 years old picking they nasty. And now it's not just the women. You they see body and back and then at it as commercial sex workers, gay. It's not just the females anymore. So if you're okay with all of this, then there's no point for let Salone Lives Matter exist. Then Sierra Leone Lives Matter is not timely. And besides, Sierra Leone Lives Matter, we not just don't begin operate and say because let people not think say probably it's a witch hunt and all that. No. Sierra Leone Lives Matter has been in existence for the past 15 years, and we've been actively doing advocacy. We've been actively bringing things into the limelight. If from the during the past government APC era, this one now, I remember when this one started, people bashed me, insulted my mom, and all say, hey, you know what? 1 year don't pass, 2 years. I'm like, oh no, now then just take power, changes and all. Then we allow them not. So if you think you're pleased, you're satisfied with the system, that there's no point for let Salone Lives Matter exist. But if you know, say, system is crack, then now that same way we know, say, it is crack, and yes, Sierra Leone Lives Matter is timely, and this is a fine initiative for let Sierra Leoneans then grab. We, not everybody go get the balls for highlight issues and all that. Some the activists that are on payroll. We not there on payroll from government. We don't leak assets and all that. We just want to let things be done rightly for the people of Sierra Leone. Because if it is done the right way, if Sierra Leone it puts to the map investors and they can things and they happen, it means I am okay. It means my businesses, I don't need to be politically connected. I don't need to know anybody in governance and all that. One system is working well. It means, okay, my business will go on well. It means investors then go invest in my business and all that. Indirectly or directly, I will benefit. Indirectly or directly, Sierra Leoneans will benefit. Cost of living go okay. So that is why we know, say, Sierra Leone Lives, it is timely, and we all as Sierra Leoneans to embrace Sierra Leone Lives Matter one way or the other, because at the end of the day, now we all cause together we can make Sierra Leone a better place.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and the story of the, young girl there. And like how somebody said at the chat, there are so many other stories out there. Possibly that person, they've been fortunate, they're at the right place at the right time, though uncomfortable situation, but you're able to meet them and rescue them. Imagine the first time I tell people them, the first time where I ever go to mortuary for go identify a corpse, I was in bed for 2 weeks. Waiting now the person where I go identify was a young girl where we take in the same situation with water. The people away a day to family member them for men up how they call Coconut Tree or whatever they call the place behind Blackhall Road. Then send her for can get water, 5-gallon rubber. She was 9 at the time. A fordom, a sleep, rainy season, a fordom. Injured in spine, then take and then keep an house. Say he end up getting meningitis. Then crank go na Connaught Hospital. After they don't keep an house, stay in situation don't work. They abandon her before Connaught Hospital. We tried our best. She died. Now, so I began for go identify, and since now we end up for care for her. So many stories like this out there. So it shows the importance of people coming out to add their voice on things like this. But we can't talk about other issues then. But let's go to T-Boy, let's give him an opportunity, then hopefully Femi will jump in and say a few things, because if this story not touch you, then I'm sorry. Over to you, T-Boy. I know say you don't hear this story, but you were still stunned. I watch you facial expression. I see where you're broken. Here and I'm repeating this again.
Well, Mickey always say, like how Etta highlights earlier on, this is not new to some of us, and some of us has been in this kind of situation for years back in Sierra Leone. And it's amazing to see people actually raising awareness now, which is good, because at the end of the day, many hands makes the work a bit lighter. But it wasn't lighter initially when these people were on their own finances, resources, and everything that they were doing was coming directly from their own fundraising activities that they do privately. So I'm not just saying as something where people find for be fascinating or create an awareness about it or become popular or being at the social limelight on a regular basis. It wasn't like that at all.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the issues that way make Salone Lives Matter. So basically, these are not new issues to us. Like a way Juma they highlight, say this nothing way we don't can go back now cannot hospital. The last thing we make that same valid point in there. So a tiny story is one of unique. There are so many other stories untold. That girl was fortunate and lucky for make it actually see him. But let's think about the ones that haven't been reached out to. Let's think about the ones that we not get the privilege for bump into anybody of this kind of nature. Like Ata also highlights, girls have been raped in Sierra Leone so many times and been killed. Publicly, privately, in their homes, in public places, in government offices.
Everywhere.
Hospitals, everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
But guess what? Nobody was saying nothing about it.
No.
But for the fact say that campaign was highlighted, it means it was the start of every other campaign against girls being raped in Sierra Leone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's something we don't exist anyway. And every time where something like that happen, nobody is responsible but that poor child. Now the way are you dressed? Now the clothes where you wear. Well, when you pull your in a street, how you not expect money for can't touch you? Well, when you wear short skirt, what do you expect? Well, when you wear the ones where the girls they show, what do you expect? But guess what? Some of these things are not happening because that's so the people and choose for them. Sometimes it's extreme poverty that is exposing their body parts because they're not going to be close for wear anyway. So in the time. So when you're not going to be close for wear, how can you cover yourself up properly? And these are all vulnerable girls within local communities that will be looking after these girls. Some of them are even in close family relatives. When
it comes to advocacy and everything we do, sometimes we're not even talk about her. Like, I remember this lady, this Nagana, where Sierra Leone lady will be sick and all that and all. Yes. We're sick business. Do you know, I had to, we're not even talk about in business. Okay, I posted her once, not even talk about in business. With confusion for them for that in business, I had to fly here from here, go Ghana, go meet her. And now we finally, with all the people away become above money, this and that. Now we, the go. Now we be able to succeed for able for car with that lady. Wago. Let's go wago. You understand? Go mobilize and do all things for car. We'll not even put her out there and take the praise. This Kuwait, there is this issue, Kuwait and all that, last batch and all. Passed away one of the lady, a fortunate for go inside Big Sister house. Now they tell the story who stand this, and I had people calling me all over the place. Etana so now they walk on that Sierra Leone Lives Matter, now they walk in silence and all that. Say why? He said tune in SLBC or watch if you know then I was watching on your phone and all that. One lady they will J-Pa call your name inside the Big Sister house. They cry, they call your name, they pray for you, they tell you thank you, they tell them sorry. I say what he said the lady they say Salone Lives Matter. Now one of the organization, in fact, now one of the lady they now they waiting up strong. This last batch. We now so when they reach out to me and all that, I knew what I did. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs now. Now this Lebanese country there's this Lebanese country with this.
Lebanon?
Lebanon, rather, yes, the Lebanon issue. You understand? The legal from Lebanon. It was Salone Lives Matter as well. Now, IOM, it was Sierra Leone Lives Matter. We run Natter, we everywhere. Run Natter, they say, if they not take this thing, if you don't bring them back, if you don't bring them enough before that, me blow that in the waka and all that. There are a whole lot of things. There was this other picture where they beat, them broke in foot, broke in hand, broke all timber. Where they make now me come on back bow now net from where somebody send me the video. There I said this we can if I reach out to them. They don't pull an hospital na board they left her become only not be there for take care of her. Drive here na net come out here go pull up in the canker and the bit and a corner. A whole lot. There's a whole lot of things, and these things are happening every now and again. It's just that we they do not because we want for be recognized, say, okay, let we get accolades or let we get make money and for be known and all that. Sometimes I tell people they say, for be known as Sierra Leone, for be popular as Sierra Leone, it comes with a price. Where how I wish I know, I know for be don't pay like the price that I'm paying now every now and again for be known as Sierra Leone. You understand? How I wish sometimes I for be don't choose another thing for you. But there are sometimes when you have the calling, then in the back. When you do it with passion, you know it is not ordinary. It's a calling. When you get that calling,
you go from your calling.
Yeah. So you do it with your.
Sorry. Just I say, no matter how you try, you know, we run away from your calling.
Yeah. And once you get that calling, you do it with all passion. And these things we'll be doing it for over how many years? Not to because T-Boy Day, I tell people every now and again, he's done his part. He's played his part. Right now, for this, if you're counting legend, living legends and all that, people might not know, but we will know. We know where we started. You understand? And we've played our parts. T-Boy they play in own parts all these years and still continue. If you're talking about people that will start advocacy that this country, we started it. But it's like you say, good way everybody they can. Although now, most people it's money making and
don't worry, with the cam there, while they keep the not on it. I want bring Femi come in quick, then we will come over and Mr. Palmer, we want for Yeri Richie to see Yeri Henrietta Bawa, a come join we either hear all the stories them, they think we motivate them or we trigger, them for do this. And these are things that we talk about every day, but when you hear from another person replaying that, it's tough. What do you have to say?
Well, Juma, what can I say? I want to thank Henrietta for sharing all the stories with me. But honestly, it's none of the entire no new, Juma. We don't talk on this platform over and over again, say, we the pass now mutuka them, we the work a pass, we see them people in the to line a pump with them 5 gallon them. We notice a lot of people drive past with the air conditioner on, then jeep, then window, then turn up. They don't see or they pretend not to see, and then people and they really actually not them get for make the immediate change. Seriously, Henrietta they do so. And other people them as well. It's good. It's a brilliant thing. We pray for them. We thank God for them. But really and truly, we take up the responsibility of the government. And that's sad. Governments know they do what they're supposed to do. Now make, as Henrietta say, bad governance. Now they cause some of the issue there also. Because in this day and age, we're not able to care what are going to some areas them. Now Freetown, which is the capital city of Sierra Leone, it's ridiculous. And till we begin do that day, we will get thousands and thousands of the young women there so, young lady there so, we they can't try for fetch water, and they expose themselves to all kind, seeing them out there. Not to just woman them, even boy picking themselves. You see some kids younger than 8, 9, where they go get water before they go school. But yet nobody cares. And when I say nobody cares, I'm talking about the people we can make immediate change. So for me, I second what she said. I think it's bad governance. I see one day, then people are so the blinkers go come off, they eye them, and then go begin see within actually they be, and then small money also with because I so then think within the waste. You know, Papa can always say if you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. So if we save them small money also and put them in the right places into building hospitals, schools, and the infrastructure where we country need, boko fu problem then go. But all the money has to be spent on building lavish houses. Every year they change you $70,000 motoka, you know, building house for sweethearts them, fly extended families all around the world for go shopping. There's so many things them. So they might think say, oh, it's $5,000 here, $10,000 there. That you not get for change salon. But imagine how many of them and indeed they happen all over the place. If we put them money also together, Sierra Leone will be a better place. So I would like to thank Henrietta for what they say, and I decided also and listen more because I get a few more things the story the way me say get for Campbell, but though they eating for us.
All right, thank you so much, Femi. I think say Namino Mono gets the memo. I not be no for say we be supposed to wear black today. I'm sorry, Henrietta, forgive me. Tiboy no tell me quick. Next time I'll make sure say I get wardrobe together before I come. Femi mentioned if Henrietta Bawa can pass 2 o'clock morning, where the place pitch dark, a kandong a motoka, and go help somebody. But the one that way they drive the $70,000 Jeep the way now we money buy, dark tinted, they pass like they not see. Or that's even better if they just pass. But where it will get to a point wherein then they can't park the motor car, then security can down and kick them people and they say they block the road. Una come on the road, the power and pass. Then kick them come on the road. Then they pass like they not see them. So if a netter can do that middle net, but when they pass where the place bright, when they ignore, or your brother or your family member go washing foods, or you go bringing drum, you send your house boy there, then can go 50 rubber for go get them, therefore full up all them 50 rubber, then before that picking, we just get 1 gallon. Go able forget, so you don't do it for another 5 hours. And we're gonna host in parent they go beat and say, what cheap they do that for more sending that money for go get water. The picking no go able explain. Say one big man in Hillock scam government but to come with 50 rubber then for count full up. So Aneta, with all this work where you and a lot of other people and they do, why you think say we still dey usai we dey waiting not it? Why make things not a change? Waiting now the challenges the way una gets, una way they do their work here.
I think greed and policy makers first and foremost, with all waiting we say we can just say as much as we can say and help the little ones that will be able for help, you understand? But for let changes go be made, changes go be reflected and all that. Policy makers need for play them parts, you understand? Like then thing they are would say, now like for instance, you get somebody with rape, you get for Kanguna police. Police not able to do much. Waiting them can do. They don't have their own small way than they do. Now for arrest that person to some be in a cell. The next step, now the lawmakers, you understand, police get for push and to. Where the police push onto the lawmakers, he left to the lawmakers there for interpret the policy makers law their way they do for let them able for get that person. And so that is our problem. It's a network, not chain work. You understand? Us, the activists, they raise awareness of their issues they also and all that, bring to light of their issues they also where they happen. When it happen, police they need for play their own part. When they play their part, lawyers they need for play their own part. Interpret to the laws them for let it reflect. Now that make up to now, we have a 24 hours emergency court rape courts, you understand? Rape courts where they say 24-hour emergency rape courts. Up to now, after we don't do that, after we don't mobilize that one back, it was us that mobilized Khadija in with self. After we don't do that day, and after that, then at that time, we reach out to the policymaker. Then let them see. We presented a paper, a white paper to them. After that, they say they will work on a with Scott and all till today. Which one person for all the rape cases? Then which one person they don't set example for? Where they don't say, okay, yes, they don't find them guilty, say rape and all that. You understand? So work can only be limited. Changes not going to be made if policy makers they not play their own part. And so that is the most frustrating part in all of this what we do. Because you want to talk about issues, and at the end of the day, now, like for instance, I don't talk about Moriton the road, how terrible say what president they use. Fine at the idea, then they are teaching. Oh, okay, so then they make then they walk on the road now. They don't they are working on the road now, the Moriton road and all. You they feel good, say, okay, yes, changes don't make. You understand? I am part of this. So until and unless policy makers then begin to treat me seriously, say, okay, yes, we, Sierra Leoneans, and we put them there. Let them begin to act on their policy there, turn them, they act there into build them, we go benefit, we build them, we go turn into laws, we go benefit. Other than that, nothing not go happen. But you watch them back, you say, okay, why are they not doing it? They are not doing it for the simple reasons. Because every politician want to use something for go campaign. And just when I told my Kono people, saying, after all these years, now they can't greet you, I can't build a university for you. You understand? I say, oh, me Kono people. You understand what I'm saying? They will not do all these things because now them things they have, so then things say we need. So then go, oh, tomorrow when they want campaign, then they use another manifesto. Now they make who they want. So, oh, this person manifesto, it this so, it each or it that, it cover the policies they want to see for the tackle and all that. Now vote for it. So it's all the mind games. They are mind games and then they play with us. Now for their own interests and all that. With the whole thing, now the system they happen. So not that see these people don't know what is happening. They know what is happening. They see what is happening and all that. But they're not going to use that. Just like the amount of money where they can answer you for campaign for teenage pregnancy. Why not go to the root cause of teenage pregnancy? You understand? The root cause of teenage pregnancy is one major cause now poverty. You understand? So go begin tackle the poverty. The major cause, this gets water, next gets water. It's an issue. Another cause, these studies, when they go study, say this and that. It's a root cause of teenage pregnancy. But they will not tackle it. You know why? Because if they tackle the root cause, it will end up. And so fund is not the kind. So it's all politicized. It's all mind games. The issues that wait for treat, they will not treat it because one, donor fund is the way go can where then go on, begin to divert money and all that. They're not gonna get cause them now for talk about say what now this cause will they put this money and all. So it is sad. And waiting sad, the most saddest thing now the fact that us Sierra Leoneans up till now, we're not ready for the change where we cry for every now and again, say we want change, we want change, we want change. We're not ready. Because see, today, they don't catch that politician way involved in corruption, where they make things they know to go right for we. We still gallivant and be there for support them and all that. Take this government for instance. See what is happening. Nothing good is happening. Whose sector where they run good? Where you go write home about say this sector is good or no that sector. Not on maritimes. The money where them thief na maritimes and all that. What they happen? And are not shove under the bridge. Who is hearing about it now? Nobody's saying a word and all that. Accountability. Nobody's asking nobody questions. Things are not happening. You see cost of living is going up every now and again. Who's asking questions say as to why? I tell people say the economics way they happen now, it's different from the economics way they happen yonder. The economics way they happen and that economics way today and next in time that the economics way they happen and the economics not to with self mix if they do. Because the economics way they do now where money can don't know fund is the car or they go trust money and all that where they can if they give the people there, give investors, give businessmen they say all this money when do business stay in at the country. In order go take money, begin pay them back. Job because he want for get accolades, he want for be recognized, or he want for let them say, oh no. But now the one way they happen, the economics now where they happen and make take money now with man their hand and all that. We begin pay them back, we begin pay the money back right away. Instead of circulating the money to the business people, open doors and all that for make things with stuff in the country. We know when they begin pay the with money, we not care. Let we the Sierra Leoneans they suffer. Once we get fine face at the international world, once we're winning all the awards, once we're getting all the recognition, once we're being allowed to go all to the places where them be done ban and all that, we're okay with it. Once we man clap for we people then go to bed without 3 square. I mean, in fact, not to think now you get 1 first before you remember 2 or 3. So it is sad. So until and unless policy makers begin to treat with case them serious, then begin play their part. Policy makers, I mean government, if they begin play their part, and not Sierra Leoneans begin see and say it should be the other way around. We voted these people, we put people in power. They're not for can't be God. Now we had no, now we for be God. So if we put them in power for a reason, for let them work for we. If they not work for we, one election, can let not vote them, we try other people. Until and unless we get that mindset to be that the same thing, we all just go continue for the Allah as much as we can and get tired. They talk, I am so tired. I remember somebody to call, I had over 6 different because this now week of 16 weeks activity and all that. Normally then say I go different communities, play them in movies, and then me advocate in movies on gender-based violence, on the abuse of drug and alcohol among young people and all that. I go partner with other organizations for play and at community levels and all that. This year over 6 people Weblands use me movies and all why they give them say yeah, we go play and all why they give them right to. Then call me and say I can't be bothered. Because I am tired. We want to talk about this thing and we want to see changes happen. But we're saying these things. Changes not happen. Why? Because we're not playing our part.
So that's the question. T-Boy, get ready. I will come with you in soon. You talk about big things here. One, government. We'll talk about policymakers, government, politicians, the people, the whole 9 yards. We for play them part. They know they do what they're supposed to do. And then again, you talk about the deceptiveness in the people that were involved in activism or social civil society or non-profit organization where now the money that they follow rather than doing the work. Because like you say, if they talk for tackle poverty lesson, things go fine, then there are other problems and they will happen because of poverty or broken homes no go happen. That means they no go get money coming in again. So the hypocrisy in the work, that why even a few of una where they do the right thing, they get the stick from people that we don't know the full picture. Una they get bad name because it's not competition. It's a big field that everybody can do. But it is unfortunate to see certain people enjoy the jump quick and can't cut the line, get all them big Timo and Paddy there, get all the big award, get all the funding. Now then get for go sit down at the room where UN come for can't talk.
It's sad.
For talk then I want to read T-Boy. I catch T-Boy and Croco. I read a whole as 1 second like catch T-Boy and Croco because I Paddy them. Because I always the vex for them so.
Well, you see, why make a vex? Now because of the fact say last week me and Femi get competition. But Anyway, get the competition. I make sure say I go all out for making all lost the competition.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, I think these are the period of times that we they expect not people like Eta, but the one away sit down behind. We don't want for kind of the front line. For me, then showcase some of the issues that really affect women specifically in Sierra Leone. Because otherwise, it makes no sense. Because not to one woman normally suffer the consequences, not to two. Now, like hundreds and thousands of women suffering equal amounts of the same consequences when they happen at Salone. And guess what? It might not be you today, God forbid, but it might be somebody who is closer to you, somebody who is related to you, somebody who has some kind of association with you, somebody who you possibly might know. So look, no wait and she don't say, oh, past it happened to me before I move. It can be anybody. It can be any one of our own close family, relative, or members of friends, or even somebody where you know where sabi somebody. It is always closer to home. So let not just sit down, like Rejuma say, and ready for jump the queue and come at the front line, collect all the funds, collect all the praises, take the accolades, and sit on it. And you don't do nothing about it. So be an advocate is not about taking credit. It's not about seeking awards. Because as far as we're concerned, awards sometimes can be rewarded to people who doesn't even deserve it. It can be politically, socially, or somehow associated. So basically, I don't really believe in that sort of awareness creation because of what you're doing. There are so many people behind the scenes who are doing a lot. They don't need to come to the front line and do stuff like that so that they will be recognized. So look, we'll think about what we will do, even behind the scenes, how we can support some of the people who have the balls. As I say, not everybody have the balls. But guess what? How will you refer that to the one that will not get the balls? Make I give that question.
When you say that, I was like, okay. He really get the balls for can't talk that.
Thank you. I this like is exactly what I mean. So basically, I will trade back to you.
Yeah, he used the one. He say, you know, they lick ass. You see, sometimes and they you will say, oh, people have orgasms. I'm sorry if you have kids.
Juma has gone frozen for some reason. First time, they're not lucky. Oh, you don't come back. Okay, you don't come back. Go on, Juma, complete your statement.
Was it me?
Of course it was you.
Guys, yeah. So, Eta, over to you back. And, you know, you don't hear what T-Boy say, ask you the same question. And it's tough. It's tough because it had to end in, like when you say, you don't begin tired or it's something and you get. So, how I can feel when I go on our colleagues, the way they go cut and paste now, you know, Google, they go research, find nice quotation there. We can just see them. They put their own brand them panam, put like saying and then they advocate for women them. So how now they feel like when they do all their work away something and they can talk about? How do you guys feel about this?
Okay, so yesterday I was privileged a campaign for good governance then launched the Yellow Ribbon campaign for let them pass the bill for the 30% quota women na parliament and all that. So for the campaign and all. So I be tell we had a chat with somebody who I be tell say, are we really ready as women in Sierra Leone for this 30% quota? Are we really serious about it and all that? Are we sincere about this cause? Because the thing is, it is sad where every now and again, Sierra Leone, now this country where people don't form network, you understand, conclave. People just want to stay relevant and all that. So when issues they happen, people are quick to jump into issues. Overnight, we don't see people that win at this overnight, they don't become activists and get voice and not just because they had an opportunity for be there for days on side. Overnight, they don't jump, they don't become activists and all that. And you watch it and say, okay, waiting at this activism, what you do? What are you really doing? If not to donor fund this, you don't they wait for collect and all that. And at the end of the day, just because your people are in governance, your people are in power. So when you get this government occasions and all that, they will invite you, you go. So you see people will follow you and begin to think, oh yeah, and then get voice and all that. So when UN come and all that, Now they reach out to and all, and you guys are not doing the work. But you know, back UN, it's a whole lot of thing. UN self now money then gets where they why use and all that. So it's a whole lot. UN, I can say UN in corrupt as the world corrupt, just that they are civilized in the way they go about it. Now they put on a year in Jara and say we are corrupt. Then civilized in the way how then they go about it and all that. So it is so sad. It's such a shame where you see women organization group then as Sierra Leone. We so boku, but see how many issues then they come up for women there, how many people then go tackle that. First and foremost, we don't even try for work together. One cause, you understand, like one cause, like where you go get one cause, let's say one cause, one voice. No, it'll be one cause, different voices. Sierra Leone, all the activism there, all the things there. You not ever see one cause, same voices, or the same voice. It'll be one cause. Let's say they don't rape that Peking and they don't kill her. Where see me take her? It's my own. If not me first take her, any other person not go take her. No, you not for take her. Now me first don't take her. Now me they do and now me they that. So where that person inside go vex, so he take her a different angle. It don't have for try for 30 people to be done and all that. So it's a shame. Then at the end of the day, the few of we where they sacrifice with finances, where they sacrifice with efforts, with time, where they do it for the genuine cause, just because some of us now calling, we're very passionate about it. It's a calling. So dynamic, I can say it's different from you where if you don't wait for donor fund this, for let you go bills, or for let you pay people then for be recognized, or for let you go on the internet, they search for them awards and all that, try for write letter to them, make for be connect for let they recognize you and give you award and all that. You understand? We know all how these things work. Some of we not just get that time say, okay, I'll do that then. No. We not get the time, not the click safe. For us, we want to see the work though. So in as much as right now with the campaign for we get this bill for the past parliament, let it become a law, we're still not ready. I'll tell you as Sierra Leoneans, the hypocrisy among us, the women, the infighting, the pulling down syndrome, the me first, me self and I attitude. Now me, because now me don't gain at the limelight forever. I have an opportunity to have a voice now. You understand? I want to marginalize the people the way they do it. And this they happen more in the older generation. Now this whole thing they happen more in the older generation. And the young activists, I want to give them kudos. These are result-oriented people. The young dynamic activists, these are result-oriented. But then major, I mean, it's all money making.
I'm butting quick. Where you say the young one, the old one, then they happen, then the young one, they want to give them kudos. So you talk about age or waiting. I want to follow we know, talk about young and old now. What do you mean?
I'm talking about those that have been there forever. You understand? You wait, these, where, you know, Sierra, we get a network of just some women there. Yes. Where people they say that and they call the shots and then they run the shots and all that. When no, they do the way you have young and vibrant people the way they call the shot, where results oriented. You understand? And they are not waiting on donor funding. Huh?
You want to share names with me of some of them young people and the way they do so much
work? A whole lot of them. We all they follow them on social media. We know a whole lot. I know go one day now with say, oh, I tell you, because with that person, you know, call that me now like come on. Okay. So
you cannot company this be all man together. About put you na support, but you not agree. You smart. Anyway, we get back. Tibo, you hear me?
Sure, loud and clear, I hear you.
So you see, again, it's good to hear a lady where they within the system they, meaning the advocacy network, they can talk about this. So this don't actually, you know, exonerate. We say we just not sit here and be armchair critics. These are the realities out there. We make a lot not happen because we challenge some of them people there. come out, do not to get in order for pick and choose on issues, where you feel for talk about, or only way affects you and possibly care about, or outside the funding day. The issues are there every day. We all can talk about it, right?
Yeah, sure. Because again, the issues then we it's hard to talk about so right now. Now issue that we don't highlight a couple of weeks or months or possibly years ago. So not something really new to we at all. Because at the end of the day, yes, we amplify a lot of stuff the way they happen because we feel say there's a medium that will give you real-time information of what we feel to say they happen and they grown, but yet still people are in denial to accept the fact that women are not pulling their hands together in one direction. And that is actually frustrating because again, you don't expect a man to be championing something where woman for lead. So basically all what personally I have been doing over the years in terms of what in Sierra Leone they do in their network with women or young people, especially young girls. Now for possibly just push their agenda, you put them on the front line so that they can be a force to reckon to. Because if you have gender issues and then you advocate for female issues and then you now man at the front line, every woman will be fronting at you. Hey, what are you be? Why you can't begin to talk about woman business? You're not a woman self in the first place. But guess what? If the women are not ready to champion those issues, then the men will take over it. And when the men do, then go say, oh, they worry. Yeah. They take over what they do. But me, I don't tire for you either. Seriously, I am tired of hearing it. So if we have 1,000 of Ndwetabawa in Sierra Leone, trust me, like what Juma said 2 weeks ago, now woman they help for contribute for make the world done as Salone.
Yeah.
Now woman they help for contribute for make we get pure democracy in Sierra Leone. Now woman then tie them oja, then tinatna skit and say, we don't tire with this. So women have the polling power to change things. Only, I said only, if they choose to come together and work collectively for effect that change, then it will happen.
Right.
But if we say we want quota system in Parliament, Parliament is not the only platform that governs Sierra Leone. There are other localities then where you get small organization and pressure groups then where for also get that same equal opportunity there for advocates for female issues. So if we say we want 15% quota for women in Parliament, yes, it is correct. I totally agree with that. But also we need to mobilize other active women in local communities. We go able for champion basic necessities like water or environment will be conducive.
This bill where they push, it covers all that. It covers not just like women in Parliament or women in politics. This they cater for access to funds, directorship, and different other things, different aspects. And we want for let women then be recognized and be given 30% in all of this. Now that the bill we try for push.
Right. That's a great one, and we hope it will come to fruition. But I'll ask you one question. Would you, or you think, say, if women they all na Salone, okay, all women, then decide, say, Dovecourt not the open today, Congo market, Congo Sa market, all women, they one grain day no more, they all go on strike, then decide, say, nobody know they sell. All human then also know they cook. Then go down prepare gari for them picking them or small thing for them picking them for it. Just one grain they no more. All human then decide. This not to forgo take this or then just decide no more say today we go market to know they sell there or they cook. You think say that they go send a signal to the man then for realize say this not the power where women then get and woman then say go realize say this is the power that we have because that's doable. Sometimes you just do that kind of thing and set him out.
My dear, it's not as if that the policymakers then only say women that were that powerful. Now we put them in power. Now we then they come home from work. We they act as a mama. We they act as the mama where they go past to first. Where we go touch them, even when they're old so. Hey, how you do today, how you work and all that. We just want to reach there now. Then driver go to their home. They meet winners as wives. when are we get for tell how in day went, the stress and all, and most times we they didn't at the background give them all the advices where they need for get, encourage them, give them the push. Now we are the biggest cheerleaders and all that. We the woman they know as wives, all they play with role as wives and all that. When then they decide say, then they go na treat for be political, like for them political ambitions there and all. Now we back. Now we they tie with lapa. We tell we picking and say we campaign back. We tell we neighbor there. We tell we party there. We tell we friends there. We tell them say una vote for them. Vote for her. We believe them. Vote for her. You go can't change. Now we the leader. Now we the lead. Now we the encourage people them back. Say una can't go vote. Una can't make change and not. So yes, they know that we are so powerful. And so if every woman would decide, we don't need for decide say we're not the sell like Congo market today and all that. We just need for decide say we're not going to vote. We're not the tell we picking except for vote. We're not a big. I think say if we decide on that collectively, we come out to say this vote here this year. Anyone when for man, for not pass the bill, we not the vote for no man. If woman candidates and how they vote for. I think say if we do that, that can be we be able to achieve it. After 2023 elections, after the 5 years, if we decide say we want woman president, we be able to achieve it. Because if we all decide we the register pass, now we the register pass, now we the vote pass, now we the go campaign, now we the do all that. So if we decide say we want to make a change, that change can be done. If only we work collectively. If only we agree and work with sincerity, we'll be able to achieve it. That's how powerful we are.
Well, that's a good one. Another year, if all women in Tara say today, then they vote for another man, they well, Yagbadon football. That's what they can say. That's what they can say. Because exactly like you say, women form majority in the country. You know, so if they all decide say today, then they all their votes, then keep up. Now that's when they will go understand, say some man they change their name, then begin put lipstick. Yes. Then they go turn to woman by force. You go tell you say
no, now in mama born up, so they take him a mind.
Yeah, they take him a mind. You know, of course, you know, with the rebel term, you know, sad stories, but there's this group of people who they cage, okay? So they cage them and say they can't kill them all. You know, they put the woman the day before, you know, the first woman come a day before the man they be enough. So now they ask her, say what's in my name? And you might begin cry down and not kill me. I'm going to give me mama born, look me man, look me picking them. And you must say my name Balu. And the rebel look, I say you say I'm sorry for you. You say you know to save you, so you say because you get me mama name. I make her they left you go. I reach to a man. Man they cry, don't pack her 2-3 slap first. Pull the gun, put. But my waiting I need a kicker for that. I say me, say na me name Balu. So they gave me a boss laugh. So it take you my name just for let you survive. So we cannot survive without the women. See, but you know me there. Oh, I'm the come on.
Juma, you not good, you. I can always say you're not good. Come on, we are gonna be full. Not so we can for that today.
You know,
but what Etadon say is right to the point, because really, if woman then decide say we will vote for female candidates now each constituency or how do you call her? Each ward or wherever it is.
Ward constituency.
I think it will make so much difference because again, the men have failed us woefully. Me and they say I'm bang 2-2.
Thank you.
And then the very few women
we demand they don't feel.
Yeah, and then the very few women away don't get an opportunity, haven't made much change. Because again, an opportunity, because you then are a battlefield full of men, thirsty, hungry men, we go even want for suck your blood for survive, and then go put you among the thirsty, hungry men, and they will be vampire at you at some point. If you don't stand strong and you make sure say you point where you stand for, it take effect. it means there's going to be less opportunity for more women because they will say, well, look what they do. So every opportunity should be grabbed and used properly. Because if they claim, say, oh, women are able for look after the affairs then because they are already economists in their own little corners, and then when we give some of them the opportunity, then they misuse them. But to be very honest, personally, the way how Salone Day, I rather salon being run by 80, 70-year-old men. Because guess what? They don't have nothing to be in their own pleasure for lifestyle anymore.
Boy, you are mistaken.
No, Juma, please. That's not an old 70, 80-year-old.
All the one they buy V8 Jeep them. For them college picking them in those days now from 60 years old upward man.
I let them in and buy V8 Jeep for them college picking and where they up FBC than we get the one that now we're not getting mind for buy V8 for them, but if they give them 20,000, then he abuse them.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll make Henrietta talk about that as well.
Go on,
Henrietta, there is another question where I want to ask. When I campaign for 30%, but you ask, are we ready? Okay, and you don't explain the benefits. But you have women now, very few. But una the woman, they are not even able to protect them one and they na them positions they will then get. So how na the campaign for more, we not able to protect the one that we did it?
That is the same question where I don't they ask all this why. And so that is a difficult one for letting me answer and all that because this is the same question that I'm asking. They ask for that we get 30% representative in every aspect, in every form of life. You understand? Now, the few one that we they get challenged with, where women, they will not get a whole lot of women there in them positions. And yeah, you understand? The few positions that we get as women, and they don't test them positions and we don't see where women have been marginalized in them positions and yet still we not see women organizations and come up and talk or let them voices be heard and all that. Yet we're fighting for 30% quota. You understand? We want women for being directors. We want women for being at the executive board and all that. These places them because if you talk say women entrepreneurship and all that, that we get representative then they access to finance, women in business and all that, then they we get. But the major one, that the one in the executive form and all that, in policy making, decision making in Sierra Leone, we just have few women there. You understand? And these few women there, where are being challenged. We, the woman, they're not able to come out and protect them. We, the woman, they're not able to come out and make with voice them be hard for, give them hope. I mean, encourage them and give more other women their hope. Say, no, we are not discouraged. Let's still continue to push and all that. So that is why I still asking myself, I was really ready. I would just they do this for years since for will write stories. So it was during our era. This government signed the bill for give women 30% quota.
Okay.
Wow. It's sad.
I like when you answered it. You say you're not facing that you're not the best person, but at least you don't touch on the things that were important, and we hope see other women and they listen. I'm going to ask you another question. I'm sorry if you don't want to answer, don't answer. But this one, if you can't go here, I want to ask you that one. So the Hands of Our Girls campaign, has it helped? Una work with una they do, or it don't undermine? The reason is because sometimes we say we want influencers, we want people with power for add them voice into certain things. But is the good work that you guys have been doing being enhanced or hijacked? You can't answer if you don't want to answer.
And it's my right to answer, my dear. I will be as bold as I can, and this is no bad blood, you understand? For me, now, it's a scam. You understand the whole process and all that. Reason being that not so scam in the body. Waiting at the word we have one put. I think they're not able to achieve the goal. You understand? For me, I don't think say it complements the effort of waiting we don't they do all these years before they come. Reason being that when find initiative you can with her, you understand? But how the thing is, we're not able to forget and clear it, whether the answer for girls is just going to be the advocacy part or just result oriented. Because if not result oriented, what do they do first? We have MDAs, now different places. You can see on me being ETA, Salone Lives Matter, people they work. Right now you have McKinney Lives Matter, Bo Lives Matter, this Life Matter, and they say, Papa, go thank you. Because I had an initiative where people then they run with. You understand what I'm saying? You have MDAs then. I don't need for go where they go, Bo, I can't go everybody for go talk about issues where they affect people then, woman then, Bo. No. There are women before me where don't they raise these things. You understand? Where don't they work about these things and all that? They are au fait with the stories and all. They are au fait with these issues. So what do you probably don't do? Get these women on board, these MDAs, you understand? From Kono, from Kailan, from McKinney, from Cambia, and all. Come with them to form the Hands of a Girls. You understand? National, collective responsibility. You understand? Because these people are au fait with the issue more than you. They know about the issue more than you. You're not just a flagship. What Answer for God is just a flagship from the whole lot of things that we get to do with women and girls empowerment in Sierra Leone. So that they are just a flagship. There are people that are au fait with the whole thing. Bring their MDs there on board. So what do you do? When you go launch, let's say now McKinney, where you commodity, you have people on the ground where they do the work. The MDs then where they do the work and report back to you. So you get results at the end of the day. But for me, I don't see nothing. I think the only thing I see now launch. How many years did Answer for Girls are there? Now just launch it. They don't go launch Ayada. Where you launch her, waiting comes out from the launching. You understand? You don't come out launch na McKinney, then say they don't rape Pikine na McKinney. It don't happen. Then they come out launch Yana. We get story of baby the young baby the way they run. So of which effect the launching? So for me, then I don't know, probably they're still there at the early stage, they're launching first, they want launch. And so if we continue for talk, then go still get that sense then still say, okay, let twist and that carry. If they work with the MDs the way they're at the ground, let them do the groundwork for them. You understand? When they do the launching them, where they come out, they empower the MDs the way they're at the ground. Empowers them. The MDs then could not just be the woman there where they do the work. You need the youth groups there. Now at community levels. You need the paramount chiefs there, because when the rape cases they happen, then people there, then family there, where you they go not just say you want to take up the case. Where you come out there, the imam there, the sheikh, the community leaders, they will see them go talk to them and beg them. Where you can I know then they say, what to for do that this community you day and all that. That not just one. Secondly, you can't champion a campaign as huge as that with a face where you get access, a whole access to fundings, yet will not get safe space. There's no safe space in Sierra Leone. So how can you say the Answer for Girls are a success? It's not a success. You have the face, you have the finances, you get access to finance. Create safe space for women and girls. You understand? Let not be no more launching a waste of fundings and all that. Not to the launching it. For the launch, we all don't launch till we're tired. UN meetings and all that, we're tired of the table talks and all that. You understand? Now let we see the works being implemented. Get safe space, safe homes. Safe home for that woman where they go down rape. That picky where they don't rape. Where you want help her, you dey pull and force na that community way dey. Because you know what, let them stigmatize her. You know what, let them spoil the case and all that. You understand? Pull and there you go put and force na the safe home. That safe home, it go through therapy. That safe home day, it go there, you dey learn and small skills and all that. It dey wise you to go through in case. Now that way you're not going to tamper with in case. That way by the time it done when they able to get justice for her, go set precedents. You understand? So creating the safe space was something that I was so looking forward to. Say probably the answer for our girls, this then go able for achiever as a flagship and all that. And it's still not let it. They can still able to do it. If they want, they can still able to. If they're not able to get and say, at least with the appeal now to them, we want to use this medium to send a message to them. That is how we go look say that on me. We want to see that Peking where they put in a jail. That woman, that young girl where they put in a jail because he thieved something or because he do so because mishap. We come on a jail. We want to go to that safe space first. The integration, rehabilitation, let happen there before they come back in community and all that. These were all the things that I was probably disappointed because my expectations for the hands of our girls were so high. Probably me expectations and all that. So because of that, me own disappointment. So there sometimes it is sad back where you'd expect people then for can perform well and be results oriented and all that. And at the end of the day, when they can, they're not do you make, you understand? So for me, it's not anything good to write home about. It's not a success story.
So now I make T-boy not get high blood pressure. It little sleep na net because expectation not high. Me your expectation high. Now I make somebody be saying that this year face the pull line. And the chance good. Because expectation high, so they feel disappointed. But you're right, the structures them they already work with people. You don't need for reinvent the wheel. You go spend less, you go achieve more together, and you go still get the praise where you want. You go still not just say this can be flagship. In order to take anything away from you, working with other people will only help you achieve more. You get the FSUs them, the family support units them. They're under, they're under finance. They not get finance. They not get staff. They not get money. Where somebody can lay complaint, say man don't go beat them, or they don't.
You get Rainbow Initiative. Rainbow now this organization we don't give first-hand treatments to rape victims then all over Sierra Leone before this time. These people, how about bringing Rainbow on board? You understand?
For them, they do treatment, psychosocial counseling. Say, what you call it, Salone Lives Matter, they do advocacy and public or community education. Engage each and every person in your own area. Do not reinvent the wheel. You would have achieved a lot more. Then you will go down on history as one of the greatest sports champion. Nobody will take away from you. But you've come instead and compete with the people the way they do the actual work. That's why I ask whether it's actually enhancing or undermining which one they do, because the funding all now done diverted over there.
Undermining. It's undermining everything they do, not the enhance.
It's a shame. And so let me talk about the Republic. You tell me how much time you get. We go then also say, So let's talk about the Republic. Yabom in phone call the way can get, or Yabom in phone call the way can make. Now Yabom,
Yeah.
Yes. The thing them book one for nothing they happen at the Republic. Go Kieri Yabom in phone call them. I wish we get video of Yabom and in phone call them. But let Yabom tell you, I don't know if it's a Yabom, ask Yabom, let tell you how the Republic waiting they happen at the country. The economy now, the bread and butter, all thing.
I think even if I know there, I know say the bread and butter is still in a bakery. I don't know if not the flour and I know import it, and so the flour not still reach it. So we still not get the bread and butter. It's sad. sad. We voted for change. We wanted change, but change not the reflect. And the most saddest thing that's when you hear every now and again, the amount of money where they misappropriate, misfunds and all that. You begin to ask yourself, say, did I make a mistake by voting for change? You understand? The whole thing where they happen, it is not in the interest of Sierra Leoneans, because yes, we they get all the awards there and all that, but come back to the people of Sierra Leone. Let you see the angry way they, the struggles way they and all that. You in the system, you they begin to imagine, say, okay, so what is happening? Up till now, no system, no now youth ministry waiting and they do go on the streets of it and let's see how many youths then they languish and all. Who saw that ministry they do waiting? So everything is just in disarray. It's as if then there's people are still learning, waiting for do like what you they do in the poor out of the poor, in the poor out of the poor and all that, guessworking and all that. But we they hear about a whole lot of money where they can at this country. What are this fund is used for? You don't know. And now accountability in a problem. How democracy for work where accountability not you know they allow accountability. You understand? If I'm knocking to your door, say Sierra Leone Lives Matter, with all your issue, you don't eat money here, you know, one make findings and all, and you're not allowing, or probably we'll go on with social media with space where we feel, comfortable enough. When we go to there with spaces and for talk, you feel tears until you send people there. But we wait somebody go watch me, but there watch about there the next thing. Don't care me go cut. You go feel saying that by there you watch. But not only just there you social comment is the way they do them. Go don't hold you for where you not go do. You go drive motorcar and say the motorcar not get license. They say okay, Lord hold on for that license. That license then they send you in a pattern by wood for license. You fixing a license, but it's not license. So the social issue then comment is there. That's the way you talk about now this, and so it is sad. And the most saddest thing is the fact that us Sierra Leoneans, I say this every now and again, we're not ready for the change that will make this country. If now we ready for the change, we they get the change. We they get the change. Come 2023, we they say no. Then we change. When we want a change, we change APC, we pull in apart. We can with SFPP. So if they are not doing well, where we all know, 2023, we go to the police station, say no. Then we try, we don't need to try the APC. We don't try another people there. You understand? New face, we go can bring that change over. If we can do as much as we can, we then no say 5 years. Now done that they tell Sierra Leoneans, the law will change that 10 years. Let somebody know say he get for drag under in belly for like they did 10 years. But once they're comfortable, we don't make this thing, people they don't feel so comfortable, say any kind of do all that, then they do 10 years. If we begin make this guy will get this mulade in America, Trump, we begin set Trump example, 5 years. We begin set time. Honestly, next government will go kind of power. They say no, Sierra Leoneans, they don't tire, they don't give. And the thing was sad. Now the fact say all this make the contracts they always Sierra Leoneans they forget where the businessman they money not the flow. The money where they get, where bank they forget. Forgive businessman they waiting for do business make. Then they give unto foreigners. You sit down now, you listen, bank governor they say they spend $68 million for bribe. The next day the man can they do damage control. And I not say this one, they say how you want to do damage control to who that. What you want to explain how we go make. So what's in the money go to? Now phone call on do the damage control where you do stuff where me na PR person watch. So the 68 million a phone call on take and do use the money do a phone call. How na they sit down tell you they done. Now it's a conclave in a chain work. That senior people will get this money they keep it's business that they are doing. Now I make una go put 68 million for go bribe and say una counter. What's in the sustainability? Meaning where they take the money back. How much money again then go call for loan a bribe for the lending car? You understand? When you imagine all that, say okay, when them people they are get for take the money, 2023, 22 they can get for take them back. When they take how much money back government got for spend? For if low bribe, they let them count the money back and all. So why not all them money they are with you can instead of paying where they take their loan there, instead of paying all we debt then right now, why not circulate them money there so they're young investors there, let business they run, let we get things running. Or why not encourage young investors, create loan opportunity, give them the thing you can. Other than you being the government, then the government people, then they float in all them companies there, where you see them Lebanese, then they run. And that's why when places that needs to be giving 2 billion or do things, Lebanese then go there and demand to them for giving 20 billion for this $20 billion for the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So you begin to ask yourself, say, where are we going as a nation? And the saddest thing is the fact that politics don't whine me so much. When you're saying things like this, people think it's bad blood. People think it's witch hunt. Because of the politics and all that. People are so loyal to their political parties instead of being loyal to the one thing that gave them an identity. Because when you come on Sierra Leone, you go. You're not going as an APC person or an SLPP person. You're going with an identity, a Sierra Leonean. So until and unless, like I say, us Sierra Leoneans, we're ready for that change, the change will not come. So like I say, bread and butter, still in a sea. They're not come with the flour it and all that. I want to continue for the pray for Yabo. We don't know. We know say Yabo, as it is, Yabo is tired, it don't fed up. Yabo will continue to talk about social commenting, things the way they happen at Sierra Leone, all right. Go continue for the throw light on that. Until and unless they hear and make changes, will continue for the so now continue for the prayer. God.
If they're not tired, Yabo no go tired.
I will not go tired.
Wow. But the thing is, you talk about a few things here and that way, really deep. Sadly, when we read that thing, it was just sad. A bank governor admitting, say, in government involved in bribery, 68 million United States dollars. You know then how much
now anti-corruption has not made no statement. Then we're going to go following teachers then and I came to my mind and say, what's in the mandate of anti-corruption?
Exactly.
What's their mandate? Not of offense, bribery and corruption. Okay, we don't reach to bank governor. You not cover.
No.
You not cover. Sad.
Because they just resign, but if they're not jail by then 10 years so because you use the country money for bribe and you admit the bribe ghosts. Now posse where you sabi you the bribe.
How did you know these people? Let's say okay, yeah, when I go through commercial bank.
Yes.
Not to say when I take the money when I give commercial bank no more. No. Yes. You guys had a table talk.
Yes.
You identify the people. You understand? You know them. You know them. You understand? You have this accounts and all that. You know the people. So who are these people? Say change network.
I remember the bank governor been tell we say last December where money been short in. Remember saying now anything close to December now they can't put lens to here. Last December where money been short in, he say now the business people and take the money then keep an at the house. So that means say the people them. Then you don't bribe them 68 million. And the act of corruption, not a one-way traffic, now two-way traffic. You will give and you will receive. Now two people they engage in corrupt act. So
corruption not cover the Andy.
Okay, not cover that part. Okay.
We corruption are for falling teacher then are for road.
Okay, for put banner pandemic waiting. So it is sad. And you talk about something again, another form of corruption where they happen, that you get people where they front, when are people in government, because if every businessman when me sabi they grumble say things wrong, but other people and they get $20 million, contract, this and that. How is it happening?
And these are not even Sierra Leoneans, so Lebanese. You they put contracts then at Salone and where them be they do for $2 million. You they give and that same contract to Lebanese them for doing for $20 million. And not so just that they look my 8 times, what happened at my 8 times. We all knew what happened at my 8 times and all that. All the places as well. When they pull all them contracts in a Sierra Leone in their hand, when they give Lebanese. No, we're not that fool for things in a Lebanese and being get. No, these are just the face before. These are just the face. It just stand like Sarah Palm. Where then just they build and they enter. Then don't they enter. Right now, nobody know they talk about disaster prone area. They don't pass the red light ban or red light and Sarah Palm. They just they go BLIC. Then just they go inside the Lebanese people. Then just they go inside. At the back, they don't get pool, they don't get chalet them here. Check who is behind Sarah Palm. Check, yeah, now this one. Check who owns Sarah Palm. Check who owns it. Who is it? He thinks a Lebanese way not born at this country, not get identity. He just go to do and that kind of way, and then the Sierra Leoneans, they will own properties there. They're scared to do it. You think saying that the Lebanese get her? They're people, major key players, Sierra Leoneans, where they in high places. Now they get them companies there, where they get all them jobs there. They just get them friends, their Lebanese friends, and for put before. But now then the money, the huge jump is going to them.
Wow, deep. La allow T-Boy and Femi for coming. I know say it all late to Nado Kalefi for good juice. Yeah, over to you, T-Boy.
Well, it's I don't say a lot, so if we want for left and for go, it's entirely up to you.
Not coming because Femi say get 2-3 questions there for her.
The question that I've been for ask you don't almost exhaust all the questions then. Okay. It's just about bringing out the reality of what's in the happen at Salone. We all just cover the Salone Lives Matter. Because at the end of the day, if any of the incidents has already happened, so creates negative impacts on Sierra Leoneans, then it means Salone Life not really matter. So because if we look at them, if they can change the lives of Sierra Leoneans, then that means Salone Lives Matter. Because we do something for change the lives of Sierra Leoneans then. So basically, you go back and forth, twist things up and down, make an all kind of way, like just one agenda. The livelihood of Sierra Leoneans is the paramount issue here, and we have to take that into serious consideration. There are other issues that we will talk about later on, but I think the Salone Lives Matter related issues, they're very paramount. Because it's not just they touch on one specific issue, but it cuts across every aspect of Salone lives. Because at the end of the day, what you eat, what you wear, and what you go buy, if you don't have a stable economy, it will have a negative impact on you as a person. Because they feel say, okay, someone put in the diaspora, we're fine, we're okay. But it's Christmas coming now. Everybody is concerned. And the concerns are not just based on one particular thing, is based on so many things: livelihood, security, the impact of what you go meet in a salon where you don't know, you think things are fine, things are okay, but where you go meet a different dynamics of how the country they run. You expect say, oh, they don't say they don't do this and don't do that, but where you go in a different thing they see. So that kind of shock where you go face, either in a positive way or in a negative way, gets a lot of impact where they play on you. As somebody will come up from the diaspora and you want to go back home for possibly go make some contribution, possibly go help and support. Somebody I talked to this morning, they say, T-Boy, I bet you know I'm for Salone right now. I asked him why. He said, T-Boy, beg has become a full-time job.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? He said, T-Boy, you can't even move from one place to the next. He said, people, they beg you like for saying I work, then they work, and they can't ask you for work. Yeah. I'm like, this is serious. He said, yes, it is damn serious. So, is it part of life now in Sierra Leone for say everybody should be begging everybody because they can't afford it? And when somebody don't get to that stage where he not gets no pride for himself anymore, the dignity all don't go, you don't lose out just because of you want for providing meal for him family, where as I don't highlight earlier on say the root cause of teenage pregnancy is poverty. And you look at them any kind of way, poverty and then lead them picking their soul into things they will not really need for going to. Because some of them are breadwinners at that early age of 14, 15. As soon as you don't begin pull breast, you don't get fine shape, you don't become a breadwinner. Is that a norm society? So let's really think about some of these issues. The issue that's the way I talk about. So because sometimes you cannot just shake your head and say, yeah, okay, let we go self till 30. Because we can't sit back and wait for that time for come. Let we do things now and make that difference. Because most of what we can do now, so or say, people think it's political, but let's take off that political hat and then do something for once with the benefits Sierra Leoneans. Because when it goes down into records to say, these are the people who effect the change, at times you get forbidden Malcolm X. And when they do things, you say, by any means necessary, for as long as you want to achieve a positive goal, and not say go kill person, and not say go stab somebody, or go shoot somebody. But if we therefore talk for make that change they take place, we will talk. So look, we're not begin look at things politically. Look, we're not begin look at friendship thing, because many of us have friends in governance. Before, now, and even after, we still can forget people that we're so close by. We're actively involved in politics. We might take political positions tomorrow. But that doesn't mean my mouth will be shut on some of the things that you're doing that are not really positive. We will change the lives of Sierra Leoneans. So let's think closely about the things they already do. And we'll go discuss some of the other issues then. I don't know whether I go through and to Femi.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tibo. Tibo, don't blow mind. Femi, lie this question for you, or this comment. And Henrietta, yourself listen. So the person says Salone is a very dysfunctional society. Everything is wrong. Pinolde all sigh. And one is at a loss as to where to even start. It's almost as if we need to switch the country off and back on again. Reboot. Over to you, Femi and Henrietta.
Oh, Juma. You say waiting the country full of pinol, yeah, we'll get for rebooting.
Pinol they all say. Say if we wonder if we not for switch off the country and switch them on again and reboot them.
Yeah. Quickly. So earlier on I've been saying, myself get a story I want to tell. But talking about rebooting Sierra Leone and talking waiting Tibo say just now, I will start the story off before the war. The last time I went to Sierra Leone was 1990, just before the war. I got holiday, and up to then, if I want drink water, I drink water on a pump. When I went back in 2003 after the war, I couldn't do that no more. Yeah, we system is also bad off that I'm not able to drink water. So imagine, so they talk now to the water problem where Henrietta been a highlight just now. We say people and go get water na pump. So I did na house, I drink soft drinks. I can suck me orange, because Salone a hot country compared to how we come out. We would go holiday. So I did keep myself hydrated. I did suck boko orange, and this particular day we did not house. They keep comping, cousin and car around. I've been in also one me auntie, and this young lady they pass. They sell orange. Young lady, young girl. I think she must have been maybe 7 or 8. It gets the pan full of orange. So I call him. He come. I look at the young girl and the one that say, "How your mama go send you gonna kids for go sell orange at this age?" If you can able to talk, you just smile to me. No, I ask how much orange. I buy the one old pan. We all sit down, we suck the orange. She sat there. I tell her make it control. It counts almost the orange. I get the money. I say this time you my money. I say it's not to him na auntie. Now so okay, this is auntie money. Then I get money. I say this na your money. Go give you auntie. Tell her say one man say nah this money now for you. Make it do something with them for you. Believe the pikin go the next day as then get a market so he can straighten with the mouth because he say they can sell this orange. He no get for go na tongue again for go pass with this orange. The third day now he come, my cousin been there na us, female cousin. Now he see this pikin, hold on by all the orange door, the pikin and go. Now I call the pikin, he begin say make he can make it here. So he begin plant the pikin in here. Now me auntie they ask the pikin say, "Usa you come out? Usa you people and the pikin say na up road here. So this is region todo na tongue by Sakira road." He say now up you go there, so he show him me auntie sabi the yard where and come out. We go talk to this the bikini mama or your auntie. Go tell and say, you know, really and truly, this young girl is too young for make you decide and go market. Me auntie say in no mind for put the pikin school because the pikin not they go school. So we take the pikin, she became my responsibility. For 4 years, Juma, I took care of that girl from here, you know, at the same school fee for them. Me auntie then they buy clothes them for them, they do everything for them. Even when come out school, if they can't eat, now also me auntie them, you go. Inside the first year, now mama vex. He can't make goodness now story. So we and have been talk just now. Now that story didn't no remember. The mama vex, he can't make goodness for me auntie say we want taking picking I and this and that, and they make all kind of goodness. So me auntie call me say Femi, now the wala this home. This picky way can come, it can stay something 2-3 days. Now so why you don't encourage you for the son and go back? He say yes, but he said the picking go back, he they cry, no one go because in things says something not really right now the home. The picking kept on coming even we until the vex panel. Because when we bring markets come, even when me not there again, me they take the markets and get money for go give in and see this money also. And you know, so she was literally part of our family. Juma, this was 2003. A few years ago, I got tongue. The sad story, the picking Erisa I got tongue. You go find me all the in a Wilkins Road. He come with small baby Nayan. So do the maths, Juma. She was 6 in 2003. Yeah, this I'm talking about possibly before Ebola. Maybe 2014 or 13. She came to visit me and say, you know, and tell me just one can show me grand picking. I said, So mama can make we plaba. See one taking picking and all the good old in sky for do for the picking. Even then the picking they can't come back. The mommy kept on, happy for say with the sky for give the picking a better life. Well, not in my mind, auntie for say. Say the picking gets pregnant. It don't born picking. It's sad how our country is really. We know they look after we picking them. Because some tender belly, God knows also I go pull them. Some tender orange back you go sell. It's really, really sad that the people that we supposed for the look after we picking them aren't doing so. And then they lock their Alexi, they know they see. We all have these stories. So when Henrietta they talk, as don't know, so all I could think of, in this case, in my own case, not to be water, then go get to. But it's the same thing. People trying to make a living. It's guy for care money gonna us for mama, auntie, daddy, and then find themselves in position them. Imagine we been cancelled, me cancel. If me not be other person now, take advantage of the picking. Understand? So I'm not saying that that's what happened. We get Bella ask him, tell me. But imagine, a young teenager, she's carrying a child. If the brand can show me, see, make I can show you grand picking. Till today, whenever I think of that, I want to cry because we try to change the girl's life, but in guardians them refuse that opportunity.
Wow, so that's deep. We don't go back full circle again. If you're asking a question, why is Sierra Leone Lives Matter important as an organization, a movement, whatever you may want to call it, where they stand up for people, there you have your answer, or something for make you think twice. Henrietta, over to you. And you don't give Femi's story. If you comment on that, my question where I would like to ask you as with the parts Naya today is, what can we do different, or what do we have to do more, without giving up, as tough as it is, for make sure say we not let the people then down where they look up to it. Do you know why I ask you this question? Because when things started going bad, when there was a change of government, people started asking, where is Tabawa? Where is Tabawa? I know they talk. Where is Tabawa? So it's not because people hated you or people possibly thinking otherwise, but they were looking for that voice. They're not calling that way that voice, you know, they say, where is Tabawa? So you have a load to carry on your shoulder. So now make I ask you, what will get for do more? Over to you.
I think I'll tell you, politicians are not serious about issues. They are not ready for the change that we all want, like I said earlier on, because now they want use and the manifestos and for the campaign and all that. So the change for start with we. You understand? Us. In as much as that they left, I want to use this platform for sending out message to Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters. If you're okay with your situation, you're okay with waiting to happen at Sierra Leone. If you want to see Sierra Leone at the map, international platforms and all that, if you want to put Sierra Leone compete with other Africa countries and we don't go through war, don't come on war and all that, where they develop, you want that developed Sierra Leone, the change, Dana you and Dana me and you to hand, until you agree for make that change happen. Politicians, they don't go make that change. Come 2023, if this change where we cry for no reflect, make you voice the heart and you put in ballots, make a change for let we get the change where we want. And so we brothers and sisters, we do on social media, we the cost for these politicians. When I know they are how many thousands of dollars, millions of dollars they're missing, where then they take to themselves. Now for themselves, then picking then great grand picking. No wonder you they get picking in a way 3 years ago, then my mother then a market in England. You said then they live in a marketplace in England. 3 years ago, 4 5 years ago. Today, 3 years ago down the lane, a businessman there, and they play with money there. Now social media, then you get people that will go canceling and contemplate to the point that you watch yourself and say, am I actually a media person? And also be waiting and contemplate and all that. Or you get somebody who will go come around and say, now businessman, I must see this person old. Where they do business, kind of business so you don't do. How many years you don't do this business? Wait for all this kind of money there and all that. Oh, okay. So if you're seeing all of these things that are happening in front of us, you hear about $20 million be given to Lebanese for 2 license plates, substandard one way than they do right now. You think say that Lebanese they own that company, Lebanese they we're not foreigners then. If they own that company, now they're big getter, it means they don't take $10 million or probably $5 million, don't bribe them to somebody. Somebody they will work home with $5 million and all that. A bribe no more. Where they don't get before even and they issue that contract. And you're Sierra Leonean, you're here. Say whether they do so, where then go register the inflict tax and me you to the suffer. You're okay with the system. You don't go now hospitals there where you are 68 million. Count the time when they get the 68 million. Count how many times people that don't die now government hospitals there. Because lights go. When they do operation, but the lights go. Because they don't get generator. This same time when they give the 68 million, that we galavant for give water na Connaught, we Connaught hospital not be get water. As cheap as water, we Connaught hospital not be get. But $68 million or 68 million was somewhere ready to be given to people for bribe. Yet Sierra Leoneans were dying in government hospitals because water not be there and all that. It is the same time you see the things the way they happen in Sierra Leone. Yet $68 million, $68,000 or $1 million we didn't give people for bribe. Yet people that you saw how many young people see the high rates of teenage pregnancy in Sierra Leone, even when we talk every now and again. See the high rates of drugs and alcohol abuse in Sierra Leone amongst young people there. The way people they blame them, say, hey, them make their. If somebody they went on do nothing, the only thing we know now for going to scout they are bribe body and all that, and he get that bribe we go get 15,000, 20,000 for a day. At least again could create 10,000. The rest they go drink in sorrow. You go drink in sorrow for like not even sane. That's how most young people are living in Sierra Leone. For like not day, because when you're sane, that 10 day, you know the amount of depression, how many people, the civilized Christmas and the way they work every now and again as a result of the system that is not working. We don't force people then. We don't put people into this depression. Go na now. Let them tell you how many young people are admitted. The rate self increase. So as a result of bad governance, and you day on social media or you're out there attacking people where they talk, where they say you're not ready for that change, and you're part of that system where they make things and how they happen. And so the policy makers say, we voted you people for let una work for we. We voted you people for bring change in Sierra Leone. If up to now we're not seeing that change, when are we going to see next year where elections and they're around the corner? Together we can make Sierra Leone a better place. Let's continue to play a part, collect.
Wow. We still get Henrietta, as soon as I know the reality in our Salone. You know, T-Boy. Hopefully we'll get him back for just round up, but 68 million bribe along the same time. How many people will don't die in our hospital?
Well, me, this 68 million bribe, I just tell Mustafa, say, let go to bed this time, bedtime, because he possibly need a nap. But like he tell me, say bribe is not the explanation of bribe. I don't know whether bribe will get any other kind of definition or, but bribe is bribe. Whether you take it or leave it, you twist it around, you bring it the other way. How can a grown-up professor in his capacity?
Ask Mustafa.
I need to ask her actually. Let you go to bed.
If not possible, strangle that way they
tell
talk.
Mustafa, say let you go to bed in bedtime. Because when people are talking and you're meant to be sleeping, you should not be out. Because if a grown-up professor with in caliber of knowledge, he want for come justify what bribery is with 60 almost $1 million.
But he said he disagree with the context. Not only if I can disagree with, go disagree with the way he talk, Mustafa.
I need to answer Mustafa. He needs to go to bed because it's bedtime for him. Because as far as I'm concerned, if they think.
All right, let Mustafa go to Henrietta and let conclude for we before they go. Go ahead, sorry there.
Okay, then. So thank you very much for having me on this platform. I really, really do appreciate it and all that. And I want to take this opportunity for appreciate you, T-Boy. Thank you for always being there for the love and the support. 15, 20 years down the line, you still continue for the support and all that. And please do not give up. Continue for play your part because we might not recognize it, but one day when our hard work go pay. And to the team, you guys have been doing an amazing job. Now, then platform the animal we get for Make With Voices and be hard for bring the change that we all in. Let us don't give up. Let us continue to play our part. Continue for Make With Voices and then be heard. Inshallah, inshallah. One day. One day.
We'll see you. But
one day.
Before you go appeal them for you, please. We get problem with another woman them. Una can say una they bring woman in our platform, but una not they represent, una not they step up okay need una. So that now complain we'll get. Then the second one, I get message. They are tell Yabom please, let Yabom go, they send we some of them, video them, so we they play on our platform from time to time. Because people they need for know how the Republic they go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Yeah, I want you message for Yabom. Tell Yabom say, make it keep for me 3 bench. And that's things where they after Christchurch. When you go down before you bet come street.
Who street down there?
That street where they done that main street was like Christchurch there. Before you bet come street, that junction was like PWD just across there.
Pademba Road.
Oh, Pademba Road, that's it. Keep 3 bench for me with the cup.
But they say somebody they ask say if you can tell Yabom let do what you call her, can she do a Yabom hello for us, please? Mariama will need to ask say if you can ask Yabom let do hello, please, bro. Yeah. People they need for no. Please.
Okay.
But Yabom, please don't forget. Now for
Yabom for we first.
Okay.
Arrow. Yabom. Yabom, Christmas reach you. Hey, this one I don't wake up this morning. Tell me neighbor then at the whole area. One smell I done the smell. Not you know like Christmas they carry the smell there or yonder and that small thing that they make or you neighbor self in kissing or all that. And they all are not smell. Waiting. What do you mean say they don't postpone Christmas? Who said they postpone until 2023 election? Where election they can decided to release Christmas, eh? Yeah, but what do you do? Why they for postpone Christmas? Now they please Jesus. Now they now do that. Why they for propose May? Now tell no more your own business. Come on, now before I they talk about Christmas, you they tell me say they don't postpone to 2023 election. Where election they can decide they go release Christmas with the money they always they don't thief. Come on, now before no can give me problem.
So that's what Yabom said they don't postpone Christmas. This is a problem. Well, on that high note, we will say thank you, we love you, God bless you, and we hope to see you again now. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anita. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Good night.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for having me. Bye-bye.
Henrietta Bawa with Salone Lives Matter. One of the advocates in our salon on a lot of social issues and issues against social justice and inequality, and also, social media commentator and advocate, and she's an influencer in her own rights, and it is doing only to work. We might all not need to agree with her, but she's talking about the issues that way a lot of people dare not talk about in Sierra Leone, as we know this present situation. So we're glad for where you did now. So Tibo, what now you sum up in contribution also today?
I think Etta has said it all, because at the end of the day, there are very few women in Sierra Leone that has been advocating in terms of social justice for Sierra Leoneans for possibly 10 years span running or more. And as Etta says, Salone Lives Matters started about possibly 15 years ago. And it was like an accident based on the fact that Salone is still dirty, then they're extremely dirty. So she started off with a campaign of saying, not to dirty naya, not peace naya, not to forget queue, forget water. Just things the way possibly not just petty thing the way they take for seize advantage of Sierra Leoneans. And when she came up with the concept, I'm like, okay, brilliant. Knowing me, I jump on everything. And then we begin fine-tune as we go along. But she has that idea, and I was in Freetown then, and we took it to the next level. So we did couple of promotional videos in terms of raising all those little awareness of things that are happening. So it is not something new. Now where you make mention, say, people were asking, where is Henrietta Bawa? Now, because she was the voice then. And when they not hear your voice for certain things then where you've been so passionate about, people might be asking questions. But again, it's not about taking a U-turn, because everybody belongs to something, but you belong to more better things than what you belong to when are just the social issues they win our country, Sierra Leone. So everybody gets in your own rights for joining any kind of political party, you name it, or whatever you might want to call it, but you also owe your primary allegiance is to the country. So it doesn't matter whether you belong here or there. But if you look at what thing that benefits the nationwide issues, then you know we'll begin put issues that were not too relevant in front of you, because your life matters. Yeah. Because if you don't have a life, you will not have anything to support in any kind of activities in Sierra Leone. So that's why Salone Life matters, because if you don't have it, then you're not meaningful within society. If you don't have the good health for support any political party, you will not be useful within that political party. If you don't have the right frame of mind to support any political party, you will not be useful in that political party. So let we all try for the rightfulness of each and every Sierra Leonean, so we go be meaningful contributors. Even if we support a political party, we will support them with some kind of substance. So if I have my bank governor telling me about bribery, and he doesn't know how to define bribery, and he's telling me to define bribery the way he defines it, I need to go back to school, because bribe now bribe. So it doesn't matter how you look at it.
If anybody for know that, it would have been here, because I have been professor at the United States. But now I'm not surprised where you go to say rate my lecturer or rate my professor on the website. I'll challenge everyone. Yeah. He was rated 1, 1. If something be there below 1, then for rate and below 1 over 5 or something, 5 not the highest. So go back, go watch. I refer to now rate my professor, Google them and search Professor Calon. They teach now, so no wonder where they rate and that way. If you're able for define bribe, when I talk about the person talking for him.
Imagine.
Yes. So now I understand why they rate that low. It's an embarrassment.
So to be honest, Eta has said it all. I think they don't round up in summary by giving the yabom. When they say when they mention say I like the yabom team waking. So I begin to say yabom.
Hello. Yeah.
Now I catch up say, oh yeah. In small skit they're waking. But these are all things that are creating awareness. But it comes in a very different format where people not before realize it makes a lot of difference, because those now like a way Mr. Bean started off saying things that were political in comedy.
Without not
saying anything. He was making a lot of political statements through comedy, but without saying a word.
Yeah.
And people begin to realize, say, you have to queue. Even when he started off with the queue, where it's not a queue, people they can't cut in the queue, he moves forward again, and he makes fun out of that. But it is serious. It means you can't jump the queue because you think there's a disabled person in front of you, or you think somebody's in front of you that is not giving out, or not a talk, or not a show any kind of effort for say, I want to be here, and then you take advantage of that. So he mimicked the situation of what is happening in the UK, especially social issues, and then it politicized them, and then people start to begin to realize, say, oh, what Mr. Bean is doing by not saying nothing is meaningful. So if you have that power to make sense of your dumbness in terms of you propagating political issues, what if now you start talking? What difference would that make? So it works. It might take forever. We might think it's taking forever, but it works. And the only way how it will work, now if we begin to see the effects of those changes when they come slowly. And if you not come as fast as we can fast track them. And how they fast track them, Now for fast track voting, we do also for propagate them concern there so that they say we begin fast tracking actions there.
And just like how Henrietta say if they're not tired,
we don't tired. Because sorry, if we have 1,000 women, for example, then go around cutting teeth, they say we self want we own respect and we own rights. If it is a policeman in the pool gun for shoot there,
say they know they sell in a market for 1 grain, they no more.
So they sell in a market, we see what happened in Abacha a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
So look, we not begin look at anything else.
That happened at Kaila a couple of days ago.
Well, no, there's someone a little man.
That's just a hint no more. We see what happened at Kaila.
Thank you.
A couple of days ago.
Thank you.
Charlie was ninja.
So we then look at women and get so much power. Because when you want for strike self, when they begin for strike from the homes them, without even taking the strike to the streets. When you want for protest against bad governance, it starts from the home. Because what you do, you're going to be honest with your partners and let them know. What you want to do so is wrong. Because when they do so, and it affects we right now, but it will come back and haunt us in the short future, maybe within the next 2-3 years. We will begin to suffer the consequences of una action then now. You guys might not be here because when they run away go, una they left some of we behind. As either una concubines, or una continue una don't born, una they show face for, or una ex-wives them we una get una don't just abandon because una feel to say una don't get new source of earning, so you change your new source of sociality as well.
Man,
so you have to be mindful.
We can talk about so, but I don't get for talk about her.
Which one?
Well, I hear you talk something just now. You say they abandon their wife them and everything. Because they don't
not listen to what they talk too much because you get problem. You want for pinch something.
For keep that at the small book. We get for talk about the one dinner.
No, true, definitely that nigga for come up on the discussion. But I want for make we just talk out on something we have to say very important because this is holiday time coming, and somebody raised that concern in the YouTube page. We say kidnapping is a very serious issue in Sierra Leone right now, and we talk about Salone Lives Matters. Yeah, and this now holiday time. The safety of every Sierra Leonean is paramount. Whether you go for holiday on a day you day or you can't pass no more. What people in the field realize say the rate of desperation is extremely high, and people coming from any parts of the world going to Sierra Leone for any form of activities, be it holiday or your own personal work or your private work, you will be a prime target.
Yep.
Regardless of what you think, you might not dress up, you might not showcase money, but your environment will know that you are not one of them. So you have to be mindful. Mindful in the sense that everything around you should be sensitive to what you do, how you go about doing things. We know they say make you not go have fun and enjoy yourself, but be mindful.
Yourself.
Just be mindful. Because again, you don't know who that are the people the way they are around you, what they're capable of doing. We don't see how the one way they surround you and the same one back they try for harm you as much as you can. So look, we know look at things differently. The example the way they don't give us today and Reta and Femi now living example say the one that we're supposed to look after we, then then back they help for destroy we. If it happens within our household, it now they happen nationally, where the people that wait for govern we, then them back they destroy we. So look, we not see like for saying any big deal. Look, we not see like for saying any kind witch hunts or we just take the trail and put them on certain people. No, it is facts. So take them from your household. Right, usa you day. Look at the people that they try for harm your own benefit. And I say that way they say, oh, you know, for go no more way they go thief, way they go do whatever they do. People they not for care. No. Everybody should be concerned for every Sierra Leonean, because if every Sierra Leonean is concerned about each other, possibly we might get there. But if we start to compete negatively, or they bring out negative vibes, or they bring out pulling down syndromes, we are not ready to make that change. So your security is paramount. Not put that blame there on governments. Where you go, you expose yourself to danger because you yourself should be your primary security. Because again, you need to see danger, you go there. So you should be very mindful of what you do, how you do it, who you're hanging around with. Not go make new friends where you don't know. Stay with the older ones. They might not be the ones that will rip you off. If not the one that will rip yourself off, you know how to stay with them. Find a way for make you depart. And not depart with bad blood, because bad blood, they create more enemies. So we get for live commonly within ourselves so that we're able to understand each other, for like we live in a peaceful environment. Salone is fine. There is no place like home. But don't make home your graveyard, because nobody wants to go home and suffer the consequences of the kind of problem we did right now, because everybody is going to prey on each other. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you do, or what you don't do. So as the person highlights now the YouTube chat, I just want to create that emphasis anymore for say, yes, it will be dealt with. And again, we'll for create that awareness day, because it's paramount for everybody. But like I said to Yabom, where you go, may just keep 3 bench. Somebody call the street name, just not the street name.
Somebody say Main Street.
Main Street, eh?
Not so Main Street.
No street, two streets.
Panema Road.
Oh, yeah, Panema Road, you sabi. Okay, well, where you use Panema Road and get one long way start from that garage, you start that broken house, they go to the end of that new court where they be. When they say not get sitting. PWD. So now keep T bench for you. They come.
Well, thank you so much, T-Boy. That's a good one. And Mr. Palmer, you want for adding 2 cents before we close today's program. And we announce tomorrow program. Tomorrow na day. Ya must do. Over to you, Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, Juma, what's up for begin?
From the beginning.
What's up for begin for doing this talk here so? Salone place. We have been talking so earlier on. My mathematics been so wrong. Tiwa, who said move come I think it was 2012, eh?
Ending, yeah.
2012, mid 2012. So literally, if I can recap my story, just the timeline, the girl, I'm not calling name, she was about 7, you know, be 8 years. It's about meet her in 2003. So then it can't find me in a cult in Keru, so it was before 2012. So if you think about it, it's what, 7 years, and she was 7, and by that time she's already had a baby. And the baby not to be like 1 month baby I talk about, so this baby be not megi waka. So you see, if you check almost the other picking the old, it's sad. It saddened me. And for years, you know, I can feel bad and I can think of Dandy. And as T-Boy said, the one that we then put for protect, we don't do that, because we were happy to give you Lily and nothing for make we able help for change the picking life. But in guardians them refused. Then take the help initially. They took the money, then can make goodness, then they can big, then can make goodness back, then can big, then can make goodness back. So eventually, you know, my aunt said, Femi, I can't do this no more, and gave up the child back to them. And if they take them picking and the men I'm fine, it would have been something, you know, would have been proud of, say, okay, we helped during a time where some say auntie or could not be able. But so the fact that say the Peking go born Peking possibly under the age of 14, and when Missy she was still around that age, and they carry a child with the waka, for me it was terrible. But again, I say Juma and T-Boy Kelwis see low blame then certain people in there. But we Henrietta talked today, one of the things the way he mentioned now something we I don't see for a long time. So we have to look within. So the change happens within. If me able change myself, Juma, T-Boy, Henrietta, and all of you under with the watchery, then Sierra Leone will indeed be a better place. Something that Pikiwe can sell orange to me if he auntie been changed in safe, something that picking up in for born picking and well in future at that age day. If the mama, auntie or guardian we been look after that pikin go get water na pump, something that picking and me for go get belly and in me for go catch HIV. We and Henrietta go see am EPAM. So we all get for look at we self and see how best we can influence the change where we want for see. But then we need for put the pressure on the big one them, because they can affect the change quicker, because they have all the facilities, they have all the money. I like how they say money no the salute, then gets money. And then the influence waiting the happen to the donor money that we the Canada country as well. So there's a lot that can be done. But for make that thing happen, the change get for begin from each one per week. T-Boy talk say it get padded in this government right now. People like what we all sit down round table and we criticize how things are really run at Sierra Leone, and we then go day now, then self go turn fish inside water. It is terrible. I don't know what and when Sierra Leone will change. I just pray that one day we go wake up from this nightmare we go through and see the future where we all want to see.
All right. Thank you so much, Femi. Just before we close, there are a couple of things that we T-Boy talk about, your personal safety and, you know, being aware of your environment and your surrounding and the people around you as well. And make sure, say, where you go, try for be as humble as possible. Be you, enjoy, okay? But still respect people. Don't look down on others, because things are really tough for people out there. And people are desperate. They say, what you call them? A hungry man is an angry man. And when a man is angry, they become desperate. And when someone is desperate, they can do anything. So that's the level. When T-Boy talked earlier, I talked to somebody. I spoke to my brother, I think an hour or two before we came to the program. You know, spoke about a lot of things, but one of the things that we talk about, I say, bro, they say things them really, really rough now this country. They say I'm sad for see grown men, you know, they sell their soul for 20, 30,000 leons, then they lost their integrity. Say there's nothing like that anymore. They say any small business we transact, as long as money come, 20, 10,000, we go put person, then they go, then disappear. That just shows the level of desperation, because if we say today, people go hoodwink you for millions, but now 20, 30,000 leons, then they just show how things are. Yeah, you go say now the people, but if person not get money for buy one plate rice for it, you're not able to buy 2 cup rice, what thing they go do? Not to all man get that thing they say able for bear for 7 days, eat. So beware. We want for calling our attention. Next time we'll play the video. There was a video that was shared, within our group about another, form of theft, or what you call it, where they go on. Where they go now, you host now for good thief. If they're unable to get access, they put the house on fire. We have a video when I placed na Kenema, right, Femi? The video states somewhere in Kenema, where that's the happen. So if it's happening there, just be aware. If you not get reason for the na tweets na nets, don't be, and try as much as possible for stay. We don't scare anybody, but Yabom don't tell us they don't suspend Christmas Day 2023. So Christmas has been suspended in Sierra Leone until the elections 2023. So if you be say, what did they laugh, T-Boy?
Well, I go fit up and go celebrate Christmas. So.
Yeah. So if you go celebrate, the Salone don't suspend Christmas, then missing that you go find the people the plan by anything you fend up for yourself. So they tell you now. But yes, sir.
You can be free down and catch Femi to see no wake up.
Hey, who that say? Hey, look, wake up.
He check for the cap they will get, but not see none. But the man you bluff, but because he just go back, it is show off with him, bullet.
Yeah. Well done, Femi. Well done. You don't prove T-Boy wrong. You know. You don't wrong. So tomorrow we then ask. So tomorrow we'll be discussing the Sierra Leone People's Party women's election, right?
I think tomorrow is not just about Sierra Leone People's Party women's election. It's about a general perspective, but that is the key.
Well, that
also, talk the right talk. Not to Sierra Leone People's women election you put on the flyer. Why they can't begin to tell people the wrong information?
Flyer, that's what it is, eh?
No, check the flyer. Look, it's just in the flyer. You Juma left. Juma left.
I don't, you know, see.
Tell me, what's in the flyer?
I'm gonna check now. You too fair plumber.
Na karate show.
Well, I know you don't make like read the flyer done.
I never read the flyer done. Femi, what's in the flyer? What's in the headline of the flyer? Femi don't see me. What the Femi editing?
Na show standoff. It's na Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan.
Charlie versus Ninja. I'll find the flyer. I need to find it. Let me read out for people. What does the flyer say, T-Boy?
Juma, Achu go. Achu.
Let's see.
I need to fool Juma Achu. Where something can change far away. You want to give it Jackie Chan?
Say with the flyer say SLPP Women's Leader Election Showdown. Sawane versus Fatima Bio.
Now you talk.
So you know Alam Lab we've done collab.
Yes, you for just anger nobody. They begin suspend people then.
Yeah. Fatma Sawane versus Fatima Bio. That's what we have tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting, but like how
so you bring a camp?
They might be participating.
Okay, but silently or vocally?
We don't know yet, but we have a surprise for people.
Give me the clear insight so I go prepare myself tomorrow because right now it wham.
Well, again, it's a talking point. Something will make the news where the whole country is still at the ports, you know, because...
So do I need to bring some evidence of the fight?
Was there a fight?
You want me to bring evidence of the fight?
Yes.
So I will say Fatima Bio versus... No, now the other way around.
Fatma
Sawane versus Fatima Bio.
Yeah.
Now which kind of way? Now verbal fight, physical fight, psychological fight, mental fight. Which kind of fight?
Whether a football or not.
Football versus. So you tell me now, which kind of versus Dandy?
Well, we just say versus with
Always it disappoint we na the SLPP. Always disappoint we na the SLPP.
Good, Juma.
This is sound bite for now.
No. So basically, you get vocal evidence.
Yes.
Video evidence. I get some amount of video evidence. Femi, what do you get?
You'll get beaucoup narratives, them audio, and please tomorrow with a big una, you know, if una go on picking them around, una keep them because it's an uncut program, uncut, unedited, you know, all thing. Now,
well, George, tomorrow possibly my day at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So today we the sorry for you, like you go sleep quick.
Yeah, George, go sleep. We'll be here tomorrow. Please join us. It's gonna be interesting and it'll be fun, you know. So we go there also tomorrow, okay? Then I don't know Swamp the song the way T-Boy Lake. When I always say my love for you will never die on the other one.
Oh, T-Boy, do you are elect na do you we them sing na the streets.
So then go beat me for you.
No, no. We go play on tomorrow.
Maybe you are like it. Surprise.
Yeah.
That I love you, Tego. It.
Yes.
But you owe me like it be a surprise. Femi gets them. Femi gets all the copy of the one they were like. I don't see that.
The band, the live band. So we'll be here tomorrow. Join us and
if you have a musical system and you're a producer, now forget your set ready because we get some live vocal a cappella then to my release. Femi, Nina the co-producer of that of the particular. This is a Christmas single they can find so
now that song in like we there now we happy. But please with the beguna share the flyer out there on the platform, and share the program to get more people. Now come discuss this thing because it's very important.
Yeah, I think all jokes aside, the issues of the tomorrow's program get a lot of
so that a new release and I know one day you hear that song, but I must play it tomorrow.
Tomorrow compilation.
Yeah.
This is a famous compilation. SLB Records back in reality.
We just give people them snippets of waiting there for happening tomorrow.
No, but Juma, on a very serious note, tomorrow is a clear insight of what women in politics means. That's one. Yeah. 2, what it means to be in the position of authority. 3, what sort of dynamics where the Fatima Bio agenda towards the SAPP party itself is taken, and how reality of politics from the diaspora is fighting against grassroots politics in Sierra Leone. So tomorrow's dynamics is going to be a lot more controversial and a lot more direct and a lot more educative, because it's for all of us, possibly from the diaspora, to be able to engage in tomorrow's program, so we will be able to learn some of the mistakes that are already in place.
Right.
Let me not say tomorrow will not be no.
Yes.
Let me not say tomorrow me not mix.
Yes.
Let me not say tomorrow I not be understand what thing that mean.
And it's in tomorrow program for be about again, T-Boy.
No.
It's to show the issue, the line between the people's power and you will get a political influence.
That's it.
Are the people fighting back? Are you powerful because of the majority, or are you powerful because come on, listen to this snippet here.
Sister Fatima, not you vote for now married, you married.
Just the left hand day. So we'll play all these audios. These are people within the same. These are intra-party politics, but important for let we discuss that, because we work in common area, so we then JC them. We feel say, we can treat people anyhow. If the people bounce by you, what it go look like? So we'll discuss all that tomorrow. So today we'll all go learn lessons today and see how we will make ourselves better people. Femi just a smile. He's more than ready. So thank you so much. Please, una share the flyer. And we hope for get una here tomorrow. God bless you all wherever you are, and stay blessed and keep smiling. And we hope for get una here tomorrow.
Now who's term this? Yes, this na term for all Salone people and them party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO, because we get Bebe program then like Salone discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sierragemmedia.org. Now who's term these?
I was raped multiple times by my aunt's boyfriend when I was 6.
I was repeatedly raped at the age of 8 by a close family member.
I was raped at 19. I didn't speak openly about it because I was ashamed and afraid that people would judge me.
I was raped at age 5 by my caregiver's husband.
On June 17th, 2020, 5-year-old Khadija Sakho, a beautiful little girl from Freetown, Sierra Leone, was repeatedly raped and strangled to death, allegedly by her own cousin. Her death shocked the nation. But in truth, in this small West African country, 9 out of 10 girls experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Think about that for a second. 9 out of 10. That's 90%. My name is Aisha Sase. I'm a journalist and activist. I'm joining forces with Idris Elba and other activists from across Sierra Leone to support the survivors of sexual violence with the Survivors Solidarity Fund. Please consider donating whatever you can afford. All monies raised will go to 4 local organizations currently providing free medical and legal services to survivors. 5-year-old Khadija lost her life to sexual violence. That same threat remains for millions of others. So this is also a call for you to use your voice, your power, to draw attention to an enduring culture of rape. Together, we must end it now. My name is Aisha Sase. I am Khadija Sakho.
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 We are Khadija Sakho.
We are all Khadija Sakho.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the Survivors of Gender-Based. Or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow, and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant, and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.